And we're live. Hey, what's up guys? James here, back again with some Arknights today. We're just gonna be reading some more story, so I'm gonna go through the story. So I'm not on Discord today, but yeah, last time we left off, we didn't play too much, to be honest. I didn't really have much time. So I played up to 10-3, so I'm up to TR 20. Well, that's the tutorial, and then 10-4. So I just put 10-4 in the title so that we can go from there. Just gonna jump into it, yeah. Hopefully the mic doesn't sound bad. I hope the NVIDIA noise filter is doing something. I don't know, I can't really test it from my end. Oh, we gotta... Okay. This is determined who we use. Okay, sure. Cool, no worries. Yeah, because I've got a fan blowing at me right now because it's a little bit hot. The hell is this bar? Please be careful. The enemies are currently focusing their defensive artillery on this battlefield. After firing the artillery will need to take some time to reload. Okay. After the loading is finished, it will launch a large-scale bombardment at the allied unit with the highest block, dealing huge amounts of true damage. Oh. Highest block. Don't worry, I'm the one holding this shield up. Oh, I get it! Hey Dunai, what's up? So that's what these stupid things are for! Because they get blocked, they increase block count. Oh, that's annoying! Oh, I get it now! Hey, you first, man. Hey Max, what's up? Not on Discord today, because we're reading some Arknights story. I've got to change my glasses over. Let me do that now. My Twitch is refusing to work for this moment. That's alright. Yeah, the story first. These sarcasm warriors don't look like they're going down easily, and there's more and more of them gathering here. I'm afraid they have been influenced by some kind of sarcasm originating arts. So whenever they're defeated, they come back in a harder, more resilient form. Oh, by the way, is the sound okay? Is my voice okay? Is there any like noise or anything? Or does it sound alright? Ended up sending my Joy-Con to repair and bought a backup pair. Okay. So you sent them to repair at EB Games, was it? Now it works. Nice. Audio is okay. Okay, cool. Sounds good. These reborn creations will increase their blocker's maximum block count, while also being extremely resistant towards physical and arts damage. But the city's defensive artillery should make quick work of them, right? Now to get Vanguard. I got you, Yang Fei. Nice, good stuff. Oh wow, that effect. Okay. Inspector Hoshikuma, are you alright? I'm hanging in there. Glad to hear it. The reinforcement squad has arrived, Doctor. Please direct them to wipe out the remaining enemies. Okay. So Spectre has a block count of 3. So if I play Spectre, that means Spectre will start taunting the cannon, right? Assuming that Hoshi's block count doesn't get increased by the slugs or whatever they are. What are those? Oh, does the cannon do AoE damage? It probably does. Let's assume the cannon does AoE damage. So think I have to put Spectre down. 3 enemies straight up. What the fuck are these? Oh shit, okay. So those things die and they generate these pieces of shit. Ah, I see. First 10 pull not look good because I got off banner 7, which is hell enough. That's okay, I guess. Oh fuck. That's a fail. Do I need a perfect clear for this? 10 self repairs, 10 USD from cheap stores in US. Kit is 20 USD. All sells for 33. EB repairs. You might as well send it for repair then, yeah. Okay, I do need the 3-star clear to get the fucking rock. How do I do that? Just like a skill issue. This actually is a skill issue thing though. I think I need to save Spectre skill for when the dudes die and like the whatever these little shits appear. Because Spectre does AoE damage to all units she's blocking. So she should be able to kill all those. I'm just worried about the tower though, that's the thing. Okay. Ah shit, damn, really? Man, really? Did I click it too soon? Ghost hunting, zombie killing tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday. Probably not. I think we're gonna be busy playing Magic. Because Rob said he's gonna drive in tomorrow, so we're probably gonna be playing pretty late, Max. Because we usually head over to Max's place on Friday to like get some card games or motorcycle games. Well, minus the motorcycles. Can you imagine though, just playing card games on motorcycles? Sheesh. I think maybe that's better. Motherfuckers! Wow! Or am I supposed to leave Spectre skill for when the nuke launches? Ah! Yu-Gi-Oh! 5DS. Nah, we're playing Magic. I don't think any of us play Yu-Gi-Oh! Currently. Me and Rob, I think we used to play. I used to play ages ago. Rob probably used to play ages ago. I don't play anymore. Did I tell you the story of why I stopped playing? Yeah, my cards got stolen and I rage quit. I mean, this is like back when I was in primary school, so yeah. Is that all blocked? Yes, it is. Okay, cool. Yeah, this is a problem. Yes! As long as I say, it's a bit hard for us to find a time when to play, to be honest. Should get Aimer in the house and him figure out the ghost without help. Good luck with that. Is that all ranged house? No, it's not. Ground tiles here, ground tiles here. Okay. They left the people desperately cling to melts away in a single massive rumble. Secondary defense artillery, once fully charged, deals area true damage to both allies and enemies, centered on the friendly unit with the highest block. Undidium's secondary defense artillery starting energy is increased and DP regeneration rate is decreased. Oh boy, okay. So I hear Mudrock is good in this chapter. So I guess we use Mudrock. Oh, how heavy are those stupid slugs? I want to see. Can I push them with Weedy? Hey Pan, what's up? How you doing? I want to see if I can push these stupid slugs. What are they actually? I keep calling them slugs, but I don't know what they are. Touch of the Sanguinarch. Huh. Alright. Does it say how heavy you are? Ah, it's a 0 weight! Yes! I am big brain. Okay. Let me think how to do this. So DP is decreased. So we're gonna bring our full suite of DP killers. How tanky are they? 100 defense, 10 res, 280 attack. But they have greatly reduced physical and arts damage. Okay, we'll bring Lee. And I'll bring Weedy S2. Okay. We need Mudrock. Yes. S2? I guess. What else do I need? There is some range DPS, I guess. Let's bring Chen, Horn, and we'll bring Texas as well, I guess. Okay. Yeah, I'm reading story today, so I'm not on Discord. 9:27 AM, overcast. Atop the wall, Sudimboro, Londinium. There's been a riot at Port 309. Tell the general the patrol squad has sniffed out the rebels. It's not just the rebels. We're exchanging fire with multiple groups. General, can you get us back up? No need. How are we doing? Debugging will take roughly another 15 minutes. You've got 8. We don't have time to spare here. You don't need me to go see what's going on down there? Just a suggestion, of course. You're worried I'll fail? Of course not. When have your plans ever failed? My job is just to make sure we've got a few unknowns along our path to victory. You've already done more than enough, mercenary. Come, stand with me. I need you to see for yourself what is going on beneath these walls, before the experiment begins. Hodora? Hang on. I recognize this name, but I forget the character. Lively. How does it compare to the battlefields of Kazdal? Nothing new. But at least, it's not sarcasm on both sides tearing each other apart. Surely you hunted during your time in Kazdal, Lord of the Ring. Doesn't ring any bells to me. You're asking if I've been hunting? Us mercs are out in the wilderness all year round. Hunting is how we get fed. Then you should understand why I left these ports open. Sometimes even if your trap is obvious, a beast will step right into it because there's no other choice. If it can't find a way out, it'll panic and run wild. That means we've got to expend energy and spread our forces thin to round up all the wild beasts. Sure, that's how things go in the wilds, but there's more to it. Look at the city below us. It is little more than a concrete wilderness. Who has the confidence to steal off every exit to the wilds themselves? Who can find every nook and cranny in the jungle? Who can secure every last potential hiding spot? I'm certainly not so conceited. So that's why you left a few openings. Focus your attention and wait for the enemies to reveal themselves. It's a pretty efficient way of dealing with it. But it does come with one risk. Nothing ventured, nothing gained, right? If I was in your position, I'd do the same thing. Good. If you're capable of leading mercenaries, you're capable of leading the hunt. That's why I'd rather fight alongside you than the relics in the court. And by the looks of things, you'll be feasting tonight. Not just the rebels, but Dublin as well. Wait, I've seen that caster before. She came to see you once. Didn't you sign the truce? Not that either of you took it particularly seriously. If you recognize her, and you should also know that people like her don't know when to stop. You've been wanting to eliminate that variable for a while now, huh? The situation has changed. His Majesty's opus is reaching its conclusion. If the theater is too rowdy, it is too easy to overlook an actual threat. We need to keep a closer eye on the dukes out there. Could you just send me to do that? If I wanted her dead, I wouldn't even need you. What's the problem then? The Iron Guard of Wellington. You mean he hasn't made a move on Londinium yet? And if he's quiet for even a single day, all the nobles outside Londinium ask their emissaries, first thing in the morning, whether the Iron Duke has spoken. Okay. Which is why we haven't made an enemy of Dublin so far. Now though, since she's the one who's lost control and took the first step toward violating our agreement, the Sarkaz have no more reason to continue tolerating them. So the commotion down there is just the beginning. Yes, we still need something more decisive to take Dublin out of the picture. Where the hell did they come from? I don't know, Captain. I haven't seen these weapons or arts before. They're also fighting the Sarkaz. They're not here to back up the devils? Not that it matters. We'll eliminate anyone who gets in our way. Hey! Give us our guy back! It's you! Oh, familiar face? Too bad I still recognize you after the pummeling I gave you this morning. Look out's behind you. People don't just stand around in a fight and wait for you to run up to them swinging. Isn't that why I have you? Don't get too crazy. Remember, we're getting out of here as soon as we secure our target. I know. That just means I gotta punch faster. Sauciga brawlers. You're telling me these are the ones who snatched our mark? I just noticed her ears moved. Don't forget their faces. No, wait a moment. Try to capture one of them alive. I'm sure the leader would be interested to find out what new power it has its eyes on Londinium. Where are these rocks coming from? Stay on your guard. We're still not inside the city yet, and the doctor doesn't want to see anyone get hurt. Alright, you too. She smashed my construct to pieces with one swing of her hammer? This one, she's just as nasty as that Victorian soldier. I wasn't even trying for that one though. See how you like this instead. Get out of the way, Siege! Who covered me? Balin, did you see who that was? No, there's too much going on. I can't make heads or tails of it. Oh yeah, there's somebody else in this fight. Someone besides us, Dublin and the Sarkaz. And they just might be on our side. Captain, the situation isn't looking good for us. Do you think you could bring down the entire wall? The entire wall, huh? Huh. I've fantasized about it too many times. But not now. We still have our chance, whenever the leader decides to come. Let's not get too carried away here, and just grit our teeth for the time being. Hear me. Pack your weapons and try not to leave a mess. I don't want that Manfred devil to come knocking on my door ahead of Seichel. "4 minutes. We'll wait 4 more minutes." As it happens, our men haven't had a chance to do anything fun. Defending a city like Londinium is worlds apart from raiding Lateran caverns in the wilderness. The nice thing about meeting old friends is you don't have to worry about them taking your head. I've got nothing to complain about. Don't mistake yourself for one of them. There aren't a lot of mercenaries out there who could stand being locked up in a little courtyard reading books all day. That's your department. I do remember thanking you when you scooped me up and gave me back my sword. Enough. You're not here to share me this dribble. Sure, I know. You need mercenaries, and for more than a couple of reasons. Indeed. And you're as good as they come. Coincidentally, a few more mercenary squads have joined up with us recently, including some of your old acquaintances from the Scar Market. What mercenary could resist an offer from the Regent himself? They want more than just the payout from completing a contract or two. When we followed the Regent out of Kazdal, each warrior carried a different weapon, some even wearing armor that belonged to the enemy just moments ago. But what about now? As you've seen, the factories of Londinium now work day and night to produce weapons and armor for us. Our troops are well regulated and take orders as a unified unit. We are united as never before, and that makes our solidarity stronger than ever. Yes, all of Victoria. No, all of Terra is watching. All according to the Regent's calculations. Just a year ago, they guffawed about how Londinium's defenses were impenetrable. They thought we were mercenaries in surface to some duke. Profit is no longer the only thing that motivates mercenaries. They are all looking to see what the Sarkaz can do. What's a sellsword who lost interest in selling his sword? We're not asking our compatriots to give up their status as mercenaries. They simply found other reasons to follow the Regent. They believe he has created a turning point in the fate of the Sarkaz. That we have an opportunity to earn a new identity for ourselves, not just as looters and servants of the powerful. You need a home to have an identity. When the Sarkaz desire war, the Sarkaz become war itself. And when each battle bit ends, the Sarkaz have a home to return to. This is what the Regent told all the Sarkaz in Londinium. You saw it yourself. That was the first time we met. I asked what you thought about that statement. If you're a fighter who crawled out of the ruins of Kazdal, how could you say no to that? It was 3 years ago I heard that answer. Since then you've left that estate, and now stand with me. Do you still hold the same belief? Manfred, you've earned my loyalty. Does your left eye still hurt? It's been over a year. It healed a long time ago. I hope you understand. I never doubted our friendship. Not once since that day. But you know what I'm talking about. The Confessari don't drop their guard around a merc. That's how they look after the Regent. And I'm not here to prove my loyalty to anyone. That'd just make me a weaker blade in a fight. So your answer is still no. That's fine too. Sometimes what I need more is a friend, and for that Kazdal must temporarily endure the absence of an officer. We're ready, General. Excellent. Tell the patrol to retreat immediately. Activate the automatic aiming system and enter the long distance targeting coordinates. Coordinates Sudin Borough, Port 309. Our efforts over the last few months are finally about to bear fruit. Hodor, will you do the honors? Lieutenant, Dublin looks like they're about to win. That's not the situation, but it's also not what matters. Regardless of who wins, what's important is that they keep each other in check. That's a situation we need, one that allows your people to charge. Charge? Indeed. While they're too occupied with us, that's your best opportunity to get out of the city. No! What's on your mind, Robin? Lieutenant, I don't want to leave anymore. But I have to stay. But this might be the only chance you have to leave Londinium. After the scuffle here today, the Sarkaz will have the gate blocked tomorrow. Conceal your weapons and blend in with the other civilians. Hurry, get going. We can't just run away like this. Lieutenant, we can still fight. Did you see that? I just took down a Dublin fighter and injured 2 Sarkaz. This crossbow is pretty crude. It's nothing like the standard issue military crossbows we're used to. You made it, right? If you even need to make weapons yourself, don't you also need more men? It's not a question of what I need. If you don't want to leave, I won't force you. I don't want to order another good soldier out of the fight. Not again. Not when she wanted to stay. Lieutenant? But let's set that aside for now. We need to get out of here first. Now's the best shot we're going to get. So if you don't want to move onwards, then fall back with us. Doctor, the Sarkaz troops are withdrawing from the fight. I find it strange that after fighting us in Dublin for so long, the Sarkaz didn't call in reinforcements or start massacring the Dublin forces. That's not how the Sarkaz usually fight. Even the mercenaries that W brought with her into Reunion fought more ferociously than they did. Something's not right. What the fuck, Emma? I was just don't say it then. Have we fallen into a trap? This conflict has came about so spontaneously and coincidentally. It's as if someone was trying to corral us all together and then... do you think they set all this up for us? Siege said she found other people who were blending into the crowd just like us. And they seem to be on the civilian side. Just say your username. I guess I could do that too. Might they be the ones the Sarkaz were after? It doesn't matter, right? Everyone, find the nearest place to bunker down and prepare to evacuate. The doctor ordered a retreat. Huh? We're about to complete our rescue though. There must be a reason behind it. Let's go. Excuse me, Miss Indra. I'm over here. Thomas? Don't go over there. Whoa! A flash of light suddenly fills everyone's eyes. A scalding wave of heat erupts forth, incinerating almost everything it touches. Though very little solid debris shoots out, the force of the impact reminds the survivors how they were only a single step from death. And this threat came from above. What just happened? Did we get a bomb dropped on us? A huge crater suddenly appeared in the ground. Thomas! The smoke's too thick. I can't see anything. Hey Rask, what's up? Indra! Siege told you to stop. Fine, I owe you another one. As long as you get it. Now hurry, let's get out of here. Okay.
マップと敵座標の DMA 設定を適用しています。少々お待ちください。みんな、助けに来たよ。みんな、こっち来て。ここに立つのが私の使命。準備完了。想像したことある。友も故郷も二度と戻らなくな
So
る
it does go under the last deployed, huh? Okay.
誰にも縛られるつもりはない。無法者はどこだ。
じーっと叱ってやりましょう。ほどほどにね。
納豆ご飯。
茶がこぼれるでしょうが。
本気で行くよ。リーフ頑張ろうね。ターゲットロックオン。思考を明晰にするは戦術。陰謀を実現させた者が北総 M に。君は気づいていない。安心して。きっと大丈夫だから。
Shit already? Fuck! I'm not ready!
待機中。
Shit! No! No! Hey! Hey! Hey!
こちらに。
Come on! Come on! Come on! Come on!
戦場。それは変わらないもの。
Uh-oh, Scotty's in the way. And I had no DP, so the top lane is fucked!
私の声に答え。
Bruh! Oh shit, I'm so dead. Is there anything I can do? Can I... Hang on, hang on. Nope. Nah. Fuck, man. Oh shit.
先に逃げて早く。
Damn, that's fucking fast. Holy shit, that's fast. I think I don't play Scotty. This is hard mode, yeah? Okay.
戦いの時だ。ドクター、ここみんなこっち来て。ここに立つのは私の使命、命令を。子供たちの悲鳴が聞こえる。バットを了解した。
Let's go!
誰にも縛られるつもりはない。戦争剣山。たくあん漬け。お、納豆ご飯。
Let's chuck Reedy down now. Bagpipe heal.
じっと叱ってやりましょう。ほどほどにね。
りんごちゃん、今日もよろしくね。
皆々様方、再検討のほどを何とぞ。本当に議論の余地なしなんですかね。
ご指示を。思考を明晰にするわ。子供たちの悲鳴が聞こえる。 示を。自分のための戦いを。わあ、みんなこっち来て。
Ah, I should have kept the pump in. Oh, so it does friendly fire. Okay, cool.
よくどよ、岩をよ。
Cool.
立ち上がる。たくあんず。ワンコン少女。命令を都市が崩れていくのを感じる。はあ、私の声に応える。リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。命令を。任務は必ず果たします。大地こそが我が友。
What the? Oh, horn is 3 block. Oh, I'll take horn first. Oh. Okay, fine. To be honest, I think this is fine though. I don't think I actually have to do anything. I can just sit here. Yeah, I'll put Scotty down at least, so that I can like put Seaborn to heal. Oh shit! Okay, so maybe skill 3 Mudrock is better. Is it? Or is skill 2 fine? I don't know. Also, this is a very bad idea.
ここは私に任せろ。この戦いであなたの好きを学ばせてくれ。リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。
Oh shit! I need DP.
あなたたちの心に染み込んでいくわ。もういいところね。
Alright, who's getting targeted now? Looks like Lee's getting targeted. Okay, that's fine. Whatever. I just... Okay, actually, I have to kill these guys before the cannon fires, or my backline just absolutely gets wrecked. So,
了解した。セソーニマワンコン少女。ご指示を。
okay, there we go. The idea was kinda alright. Just I need a way to keep Mudrock alive. Ugh, the lift fell over. That being a little lower, my leg would have. Hold on. I mean, hold on to my construct. You idiot! Don't drag me down too. It's hard enough to stay afloat bringing you bunch with me. Captain, thank you. Next time be smart about how you run so you're less of a nuisance. Watch out, Captain! That's an artillery shell? No, it's far more destructive than normal artillery. And it was aimed so precisely at a small area. Manfred, you been watching us the whole time? Bloody hell, that slimy devil. Is she Aussie? Alright, everyone stop right here. We don't need to chase after this sarcasm. As for the driver, he's dead. It's a cursed place. Or is that a British thing to say? No. Lieutenant, what is this? How can the city's defense artillery do this? Must be Rob got it. Londinium's wall defenses were built almost 70 years ago. This is the first time. Their cannons have been aimed inside the city. Not too shabby. Even 10% of its firepower is enough to melt ordinary structures. So this is Londinium's ultimate defense. That was only an auxiliary cannon. Our weapon experts have said the main guns are able to easily penetrate the armor of any high-speed warship. A weapon expert? Are you talking about the officer from Defense Forces engineering team? I must thank you for capturing his wife and daughter. Is he still alive? As long as he is of use to the Sarkaz, he will not die. Artilleryman, target lift 11. The shot went wide. Unfortunate. We'll have to improve our accuracy. These cannons were meant to point outwards after all. Outwards. Before we entered Londinium, the defense artillery was aimed at the ducal army outside the walls. When we entered the city under the guise of quelling the Duke's conflicts, they never even once thought to put us in their sights. Does that count as pointing outward? Since the fall of Gaul and the silence of Iberia, a long time has passed without Victoria facing any real external threat. Indeed. Which is why His Majesty found this opportunity for us. Such sophisticated weaponry should be put to greater use, rather than sitting here as ornaments adorning the doorway. Artillerymen, activate dynamic target tracking. Very good, it's working. We had to spend nearly a whole month to calibrate them. Luckily, they seem to be working well enough. These weapons put us in control of everything that enters and exits Londinium. Once all our cannons are in place, there will be nowhere to hide under the shadow of these steel walls. Dublin seems to be drawing away the artillery fire. Is this a test run? Is their purpose really just to calibrate? No, they're ultimately unconcerned with this port. Lieutenant, what do we do now? Continue to withdraw towards the city. However, the rest of Sudan is no longer safe. The Sarkaz are tightening their grip on Londinium. As long as this city's artillery is pointed inwards, our lives are in their hands. Unless... What's your plan, Lieutenant? It's nothing. Let's go. We'll talk after we made our escape. These bloody walls! These bloody cannons! Okay, maybe she's British. Captain, your constructs got destroyed again. I don't have time for this. Don't just stand there staring. Away with you! Get out of here! Forcing us to run, eh? Mark my words, Manfred. You insult me like this today, I swear I'll... Captain, that one I just saw running off that way looked rather familiar. The Lupa brunette? Is it her? Get her! Ugh. Be careful, Captain! What have you done? I'm protecting you. Run! You still have to find for the leader. Fine. fine. You're the 13th. The 13th Terran life. I'll mark you down in the leader's place. One day I will personally make the Sarkaz pay for each and every life. General, we've routed Dublin's team. I saw. But we couldn't find the rebels. Those sly insects. They peeked their heads out for a moment, but they vanished again after we activated the cannons. Could they have been killed already? What do you think? I don't think our job would be that easy. I'm glad you understand. Then, did they blend into the crowd? Should we notify the patrol so they can detain the civilians and continue the search? No need. Continue to bombard the port. Oh, and increase the firepower. Increase the firepower? The port is almost completely destroyed. I can't imagine anyone will be hiding there still. They won't ever take this route again. Besides, have you ever seen a Sarkaz draw only half his sword? Now that we've begun, why not let them see exactly what we're capable of? God damn it, Max. You're putting on a show of force for them. You want to cut off their escape and force them to come out. This game of hide and seek is going on long enough, even if I don't mind waiting. The same cannot be said for His Majesty in the Royal Court. Doesn't matter who it is. If they have a plan, I'd like them to hurry up with it. Doctor, we don't have anywhere safe to hide. Even if we all took cover on the structure, we'd still be vulnerable to their artillery blowing us to bits. I've done some rough calculations. If those cannons are fully discharged, they'll be able to shoot clean through a standard city plate. This flimsy sheet plate above our heads on the wall won't stand a chance. Siege, Londinium's cannons here are serious business. This is the first time I've seen them fired off at such scale. That means they're rolling out the red carpet for us, right? If that were the idea, we would be wiped out 50 kilometers outside the walls. Ugh. I can't take it anymore. Amiya, my drones can't reinforce these plates any further. At this rate, we're going to get blasted sky high. We need to get out of here. Dublin also scrambled to get away as fast as they could. But they used arts constructs to defend themselves and left the wounded behind. Why is our luck so rotten? Are we going to die here? We won't leave a single Londinier behind. Scout team, have you located the artillerymen? Not yet. I'm afraid we can't find them. Londinium's urban defense cannons, and this wall looming in front of us, have always been a single entity. In other words, we have no way of stopping the barrage if we can't scale the wall or get inside it. Nobody can scale a wall under fire. We can't just hide here waiting to die either. Why don't I run out there and try to draw the fire? With my skills, I should be able to buy a few minutes. Not happening. If you're not letting her do it alone, then let's all go. Settle down, you two. Dagda, have you been hanging around Indra for so long that your brain turned into muscle? Hey! If it was as easy as getting some live bait out there, would the two of you still be here making a scene? Our armor could maybe take 2 hits from a standard crossbow. Our friends in engineering spent months working hard to make it. If you're going to run out there and get yourself killed, you never should have come to Londinium in the first place. Alright, I get it. But I swear I'm not letting anything happen to Vino. We haven't even been home yet. True, there's no point in running out there. Doctor, do you have a plan? The drones. Drones? I see. Oh, so that's where you're going with it. Makes sense. What are you mumbling about now, Closure? The doctor barely said 2 words, you're acting like you had a whole conversation. Oh, my bad. I just got an idea. Those cannons seem pretty intelligent. And at such a long range, they can't be completely manual. They must have some way of locking onto moving targets near the ground. 1 or 2 guys running around would be enough to get the cannons off our backs. If I deploy all my drones at once, their targeting algorithm might see them as a higher priority threat than us and the civilians, but there's no guarantee. Well, obviously, I can't promise anything. Closure, the reinforcement failed. The pressure is too great for the drones to withstand. The base plate is going to collapse within 30 seconds. We have no other choice. Let's give it a try. On the doctor's signal, all operators prepare to withdraw. 5, 4, 3, 2, run! Drones, launching! Run everyone! Go, go! Did it work? It bought us just enough time to move a structure a few steps away. But this place won't last long either. That was our one shot too. My precious drones have all been reduced to scrap, and even I can't just conjure up another batch. We can't safely move forward or retreat backwards. If we want to escape the cannon fire, we're going to have to take some risks. I wish there was some way around all of this. I heard you need a guide? Huh? Who's there? Ms. Cortes, I'd like to talk to you. But before that, I'd appreciate it if you could have your people lower their weapons. Who are you? Let's save the introductions for later. Claws, a machete, and this hammer? Ma'am, your weapon looks plenty brilliant, but I'd appreciate if you could keep it away from my head. Otherwise, this friend of yours might be a ninja. Doctor! Is he talking about me? Not too close now. One more step and your friend's head becomes a mess on the wall. Amia, the drone! One of the drones wrapped around when we weren't paying attention, and it's locked onto the doctor's head. You sure know your stuff, Miss Pointy Ears? To be honest, I'm getting more and more curious about you lot. All hands, weapons down. There we go, that's nice. Oh, make sure you get the message to your snipers around the corner too. I bet they haven't blinked once since I showed up. Do as he says. Lovely. Sir, I hope you believe us when we say that we'd never move to harm a stranger unprovoked, but I'm one threat on the doctor's head, and I promise you right here, right now, I don't need a weapon to ensure you never threaten another human being. Stainless was in this chapter. That's his name? I don't know this character. Because I haven't read any of the other stories. Like the event stories? I've missed them all. Look, this place is already dangerous enough. Are we seriously gonna get blown up before we even start our mission? He's hella new in CN. Oh, they released him in CN! I don't even know who his kid is. I didn't even know it was released. What type is he? What's his kid actually? Kinda curious. Right. If we don't want the sarcasm to turn us to dust, we don't have time to be pointing weapons at each other's heads. Listen up. I have an idea. Please come with me. Nice and easy. I'm gonna keep borrowing your friend here until we get where we're going. And let's just be quiet. Sorry, but you don't get a say. Behave yourself and come along with me, my faithless friend. Supporter Artificer. Oh, is he the 6-star Artificer? Oh, okay. I briefly saw his kid. I don't know much about it. Like, I don't remember much. More enemies will appear. Sarkaz Haybearer ASVs. The fuck is that? Give increased bonus attack to reborn creations. One blue box. Okay. Is the cannon on this map too? Okay, so it will save the cannons on this map. Alright, cool. So there's no cannon on this map. That's fine. that cannon is interesting to deal with. So then there's no cannon here, then I guess we'll just go about this normally. I could like put thorns here, facing up, I guess. I'll put someone cover this way. Or would it be better to put thorns facing up this way? Nah, we better here. So you hit both of these. And maybe I just slap mud rock here on S2. And over here. Probably an AoE guard. Unless I do weedy shenanigans again. Only. I mean, I could. I don't know how heavy the guys are, so. Probably I could just slap Lee here. Oh, what's up, dude? No Vango. Ah, GG. Is the gacha out for Vango already? No, wait, for NA it is. I'm It's got never. Alright, it is out. Okay. I do want a gacha for Vango. Where is Carnelian? There you are. Where's my warframe? There you are.
新たなデータをパッケージにビルドしました。
Not sure if I need anything else, to be honest. I think it's fine. But I'll bring some more arts damage just in case. You know what? I'll bring GG, yeah. Pro tip, you want to use it effectively, double Doma, double Vanguard. Oh yeah, I know. But I don't have Doma, so I can't do that. Pipes. They are buried deep in the ground with no end in sight. These pipes connect the entire city. They are the veins of Londinium. It is through them that the energy is supplied to Londinium's heart, and that is where we are right now. Never fear the darkness before your eyes. When the sun sets at night, the shadows live on in the city's veins. When the light is taken, you trust your ears, your nose, and your remaining senses. Listen carefully. The mechanical rumble is the flow of its blood. The gears rotate rhythmically, like breathing. Indeed, Londinium is alive. Even if we do not sit on its tall throne, it lives on as its own organism. If you ever find yourself here again one day, no matter what may be chasing you, you needn't be afraid. After all, you run through the body of Londinium. Vina, you are home. Okay, everyone, we can stop here for a while. Where exactly are we? We've been climbing down all this time. It's like we burrowed ourselves into some kind of pipeline. The walkway's broader, but it's still stark as hell. Was that supposed to be a D? What? Are you those cutthroats who would drive us to some abandoned construction site and slice our neck? Huh? You might be right about that. The hell are you anyway, punk? I think we'll just follow your every word. To be on the safe side, let me ask you the same question. Who are you people? Why are you trying to sneak into Londinium? Before we answer that, you need to let our employee go. Right, you're taking me hostage. Is our hooded friend your commander? Sure enough, I figured out who calls the shots in battle. That said, Cortis lady, you're the one who's actually in charge, right? Don't be so surprised. I'll admit you have a few tricks up your sleeves, but we're locals, and we know this playbook a lot better than you. A local? You live in Londinium then? Were you part of the big fight earlier? Stop with the guesses. We haven't worked up the mutual trust yet. Dublin and the Sarkaz fighting each other doesn't prove anything. Them bickering doesn't mean we should fall down on either side. Londinium's veins. What did you say? We've made it inside Londinium. How can you tell? These pathways connect the city to the outside. They can get us past the Sarkaz guards and inside the city. How long have we walked? 20 minutes? I reckon we're right underneath a certain key facility in Sudin right now. The facility isn't far from the walls, and it is a key hub. From here you can get to many places in the city. Rail tracks. Just another kilometer or two ahead, and there will be a train station above us. You know Londinium well. I suppose you used to live here? I'm a local too. No wonder. I was about to say your hammer feels especially familiar. Feline lady. You're a feline, right? Whatever you are, that's what I am. I'm really gonna regret this if you guys actually are actually Sarkaz spies, aren't I? Don't hurt the doctor! He can hurt me. Huh? When did you take over the drone? You're holding it in your bare hands? I could detonate the drone bomb right now, you know. You don't have a remote. The drone isn't even finished. All it can do is fly. Ugh, this is bad. When did you figure it out? When I was talking to you? Or when I led you down the underground passage? Maybe even before that? Hold on, you didn't. You couldn't have figured out all the way back when I captured you that this drone poses no threat. And you let me drag you all the way down here? You think my friends here didn't know? If I had thought for a second you were going to hurt the doctor, my hammer would have cracked your skull before your hand could even touch the remote. You know, you really should have picked someone dumber for your hostage. Like this punk who only knows to speak with her fists. She might have fallen for your trick. You think you would come anywhere close? So the signal jammer I brought along isn't gonna come in handy? Mr. Local, I think it's about time we put an end to this charade. No more testing each other. We may not face enemy cannon fire, but there's still a threat to both of us out there. Haven't we proven ourselves? We've had many opportunities to take you down from the moment we met. Suppose we are actually spies sent here by the Sarkaz. We've already figured out the size of things here, so why waste any more time talking to you? The only reason that the doctor was playing the hostage here, and that we willingly followed you into this passageway, is because we believed you mean no harm. So shouldn't you put your trust in us more, and tell us what your goal is? That sounds very convincing. I mean, you could say I'm your hostage now. Rock, come on out. So she's a local, so that... okay. Drones? So many! With this formation, they're aiming at us, aren't they? They could shoot us all full of holes. Rock, stop it. It doesn't matter if they spot you or your drones. Considering their strength, I wouldn't be able to get out alive if we came to blows. If you knew that, maybe you shouldn't have brought me along to play your stupid games. Fine, you're right. Hey, hooded friend, can you give Rock 17 back? The drone in your hand there. It's only half drone. Done. If you break it, Rock is going to be livid. Well, pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm Feist. This is Rock, my partner. We belong to the Londinium Citizens Self-Salvation Corps. How many places do you think there are in Londinium that our eyes cannot reach? Countless many. There are thousands of old factories in the city. Roughly 4 in 10 are abandoned. The remaining 60% are still operational. Most of the factories that are still running are built on sites of even older factories. The factory buildings might as well be labyrinths filled with centuries worth of industrial waste. As many factories as there are even more slums hidden away between the factory buildings. Not even the top echelons of the city's defense force can say how many there are living in these civilian, industrial, and old logistics districts. Sometimes I even think this place isn't so different from Kasdal. The more colourful outer shell is the main difference. That and they buried the rotten parts deep inside to keep the stench from suffocating the distinguished elite. Trying to fish a group of troublemakers out of the Kasdal slums in 3 days is like trying to rob a group of Lateran envoys covered by the apostolic knights on your own. Not an easy ask. It is still built atop the foundation that we were all born in Kasdal. Londinium. Who dares to claim to know Londinium so well? How long did it take for us to defeat the Parliamentary Guard and take command of 70% of the city's defense forces? Less than a week. How long did it take for us to hang the aristocrats that took the lead in the opposition and defeat the hooligans they spent great sums to hire dozens of times, until they all finally fell in line? A month and a half. Yet we are now months into our tug of war with the so-called rebels here in the Sudan streets and alleys. In just half a year we seized nearly every borough of Londinium. Every borough except this one. A half-abandoned industrial district, from the south all the way to the north. It surrounds the mountains in Londinium's centre and connects to the rarely visited old logistics districts. This is where the history of Londinium begins. So the history books claim. I know that there must be at least one king, perhaps even several, who are dissatisfied with my progress. You mentioned that they wanted to completely seal off this ward. They are far too easily offended. As soon as command here falls into their hands, they will build a new wall between Sudan and the other wards with the bodies of the Londiniers. At the very least, the regent supports you. No, it is I who must do everything I can to support the general. The court does not understand the general's pain. They do not understand how fragile the current balance is. Do you know why I insisted on activating only the secondary defense cannons? If I activate the primary cannons right now, will the dukes out there march right inside? Suppose we proceed to slaughter all the people in Londinium. Will that once again stir disloyalty among the nobles in the city, and the soldiers who joined us, causing them to turn their swords against us and fight to the bitter end? Suppose we completely abandon this industrial district. How much longer will the general's plans be delayed without the trains carrying materials to the Shard every day? The Lord's pride prevented them from casting their ancient skulls downward to see these foreign cities. In my opinion, if we are to control all of Londinium, The most difficult battle we must fight is right before our eyes. The Sarkaz call us the rebels. We've got no complaints in that department. If the only way to save ourselves is by standing up against them, then even the most ordinary of Londonians will take up arms. Do you know what is happening on the outer wards? Can't be better than here. All of us either work for the Sarkaz or die. We've been getting bits and pieces of news from up north. From what I heard, the Sarkaz army there is much more cruel. Vina, does that mean Bard and the rest who stayed behind? Calm down. How am I supposed to be calm? It's been 5 years! 5 years! I don't even know if they're still... We'll find them. Soon we'll find each of them, one by one. Okay, Vina. I trust you. No matter where they are. No matter if they're alive or... Never mind. I won't get so gloomy in front of everyone. Ladies, as long as your friends are still alive, we should have a way to get in touch with them. You operate outside of Sudin too? We can get anywhere in the Londinium, even outside the city. For each of us they take away, 10 more join our ranks. Rock is a born and bred Sudin girl. She is one of our most senior fighters. She knows better than the rest of us how our team grew, bit by bit. Seeing as you're leading a team now, we might have been adding to our ranks a little too quickly. Who do you think led you to 11 victories, Lieutenant? All we did was lead people underground. How does that count as a victory? Managing to live another day under the Sarkaz's noses, all while we get to keep operating in the dark? I'd call that a win. It's just as you saw. The Sarkaz haven't taken complete control of Sudin yet. The terrain and flow of people here are so chaotic that even if the Sarkaz really are trying to take control of every inch, then they must have really underestimated the place. And besides, this is where the last Londinium Defense Force squad fought the Sarkaz. Looks like they lost too. They fought and they lost. The battle was over quick. Way too quick. Before any of us could react, the Sarkaz were already standing atop the walls. It's all because of these the traitors. They bought out our elite squads. Miss, were you in the military? No, I wasn't. I was, a local, like them. Alright, a local. I know the military had its share of traitors. Plenty of them, even. The traitors and some of the aristocrats deflected to the Sarkaz with much of the defense force. Outside Sudin, you may still find Londinium forces patrolling the streets, but their commanding officers are all regulars at Sarkaz sorries now. What about the last squad that fought here? They held out to the bitter end. Each of them paid a dear, terrible price. I don't know how many of them survived, but I think, having experienced a hopeless fight like that, even if they made it out alive, their hearts must ache whenever they look at Londinium's walls. Don't be so alarmed. Keep your head up. Take your hand off the crossbow and relax a little. The residents here are used to seeing all kinds of people. They won't help us, but as long as they don't feel their lives are in danger, they won't follow Dublin or the Sarkaz's orders. Life under the enemy's watchful eyes. I can't imagine going through that. Do you know how they used to think of us? I haven't thought about it. I never did either. Lieutenant? Right, stop calling me Lieutenant. I'm Horn here. There are way too many lieutenants running around, of all different factions. Right, Horn. Where are we going? To regroup with my companions first. The Sarkaz patrol will pass by the area in 5 minutes. We'll split into 2 teams and follow the rail tracks east separately. After 350 meters, you'll see an iron staircase leading up. If you hear 5 metallic knocks, come on up. 3, stay put. 2, disband immediately. You might think the abandoned factories there look familiar. Don't be surprised. It's Dublin's stronghold. Isn't that a little dangerous? With Dublin occupying the area, the Sarkas don't go there often. Want to try your hand at hide and seek? You're welcome to join in on the fun. So are you really just a normal business? Just like you're a normal engineer. That's putting it simply. Now that the Sarkas are in charge of Londinium, who am I to doubt your excuses? You're security personnel working for a medical operation, right? Let's see. A team with a total of 17 people. All of you are outfitted with military-grade equipment. And you work well with each other. You even have these half-decent drones. Half-decent? What do you mean half-decent? You can't talk about my work like that. Settle down. I didn't get a good look at them up there. Maybe you can show me another time? The Sarkas blew them all up. Just thinking about it makes my heart ache. Why don't you try fixing them? Should have a couple of wrecked drones left, right? How about I take a look at them for you? I have all the tools we need. Closure, I did manage to snatch two. These drones are Rhodes Island technology. I gotta find something nice to trade with you then. Doctor. What kind of doctor are you anyway? Never mind. We'll talk about it another time. I'm in no rush. That aside, how did you make it to the Londinium in the first place? I've told you plenty about the city situation. If we're working with each other, why don't you tell me something about the outside? It was a long journey. I know you already fought Dublin. You have eyes outside the city? Cordis lady, we talked about this. We're sharing information with each other. Okay. Taking us back a bit, we did have a run-in with Dublin outside Londinium. Oh, okay. Weird place to put a fight, but alright. The fuck is that? The game's not even giving me tips. What happens if I try to kill this? Okay.
Arts unit チャージ中。負傷した者はすぐに知らせるんだ。
Oh, that's a range thing. Okay. Well, alright then.
Cheeto 叱ってやりましょう。ほどほどにね。言わんこっちゃない。落ち着けってあれだけ言ったのにね。
みんな、こっち来て。
Oh, there's sanity damage.
この血は筋肉踊る感覚、本当に久々だよ。
命令を、子供たちの悲鳴が。
無駄だ。
うわ、本気で行くよ。
仰せのまま敵を引きかわせ。奴
ちゃん今日もよろしくね。死が崩れていくのを感じる。
分かった。目を凝らせ。これこそがイベリアのデストレッツァ。
今こそ皆さんをお助けする時です。初期化治療モード適用中。ドキドキする。
二度と戻らなくなること。気をつけなよ。そう早く切り裂かれないようにね。
Hey Brian. No worries.
死が崩れていくのを感じる。私の声に応える。
ドキドキする。早く離れて。
I'm just abusing shift tactics with Lee.
おしとやかな敵を噛み砕け。奴らの血をすすれ。
These guys are so light. Oh, it's so good.
ドキドキする。距離を合わせて。
It's like, oh, they're about to die anyway.
世相に任せよ。
Okay. (10:20 a.m.) Overcast. 527 kilometers out from Londinium. Operation platform of an abandoned mine. Docking complete. Nothing out of the ordinary. Ugh, maybe we should take a break now? Or are you going to start? Quiet. Damn, Kelsey, it's been a while. This rotten smell. A vampire. In a doctor's gown too. How strange. Psh. If you linked one, would you lose a star because you were 50-50 already? What? What do you mean? Retract your fangs. Not even the oldest red eyes dare approach my flesh. They are cowards all, and fearing my seething anger could cause their fangs to rot. Kelsey, how many Sarkaz are there who caused me to lose my composure, even for a moment? There's at least one, right in front of you. It's been a long time since I last saw an old Sarkaz hero walking terror. I presume there must be a reason that you are gracing these barren lands with your presence, King of Naxera. You could say I'm here to visit an old friend. We've met twice. You looked very different the first time. The question is that you defeated all the enemies and it was 50-50, but you had the slugs left. Oh! You mean like that? I don't think so, right? I probably would lose a star, right? Because that's how it was in the R6 event. Because the R6 event was basically kind of same idea. You kill the enemies, they spawn little shits. As for the second time, I saw someone outside the ship on the day of the accident. So that was really you. I thought the Naxara court had already made its choice when it turned a blind eye to an assassination that despicable. Be it then or now, the Naxara have only ever had one choice. We are Sarkaz, and we are loyal to the Sarkaz. Not the throne or the crown, much less ancient witchcraft. For the past few centuries, I have feasted on the flesh and blood of countless enemies, and I have witnessed the fall of several Sarkaz heroes. Some of them died by the blades of their strongest foes, while others were assassinated. As such, I am here because I seek an answer. Tell me, what killed the last pure-blooded Wendigo? Answer me, Dame. Kelsey, hurry up and get Monster out. He's going to strike. The land ship is right there. We can't just... Hear me, Naxara King. I will not fight you here. Baldrocker's tear is the part of the cage that has confined him for his entire life. I will not tarnish his last wish with pointless violence. Is this your way of commemorating a Sarkaz hero, by running away so loathsomely? I am not running away. I gave you the answer you wanted, just like when the Wendigo wanted a fight in place of answers. I will say it again, Naxara King. I refuse to fight you here. You feed on the flesh of your enemies and swallow their cries and regrets to fuel your next battle. Yet we are not enemies. There were times when we fought alongside each other, and there were also times when we had to raise swords against each other over differing opinions. Likewise, this applies to Rhodes Island and Bulkroger's Tea when he sided with Green Union. Just as you witnessed her passing, I witnessed the return of a Wendigo soul to Kazdal. You say you are his witness. I am. And he chose you himself? In his final moments, Bulkroger's Tea wanted a fitting opponent and a friend to talk to. Very well, I accept your answer. Now, you show yourself, Confessarius. And I move to strike, even if the black monster did not come out. You would have raised your blade against me. Even I would have to dodge the blade of Confessarius. That is, if you can unsheath your blade. You know, I've known you for centuries. On the contrary, I'm surprised that you joined the side of the Outblood successor. Can you carry the burden of your disobedience? It doesn't matter whether I can or cannot. Since the moment I was born, I have carried these sins. Exactly! You fascinate me more than the masked one in Londinium. And the great Banshee, the young one, is he not here? He is young in years, but his mother taught him well. If he were here, your odds would be a fair bit higher. Your anger has quelled, Naxara King. That does not mean I do not wish to kill you. Let me ask you, is this ship built atop the remnants of a colossal artifact still the field base of the Sarkaz King in exile? We never once called ourselves that, not even when she was still alive. You still won't admit it, even though the Outblood successor has now led her forces to Londinium. Armia knows her role. We don't want a war to break out before our eyes. There should be no more needless sacrifices. Both Victorians and Sarkaz have shed more than enough blood already. Poppycock! A hapless child who dares not call herself king presumes to save the Sarkaz. I would never presume to persuade the king of a Sarkaz court. At least you know your place then. It takes far more than your debate skills to win the approval of the courts. The Outblood successor will face a challenge in that iron fortress unlike any before. Is that why you allowed Armia into Londinium? The Naxara take their nutrients from war. Failure brings nothing but unproductive decay. Yes, Ipan. It was not me! It seems you have your doubts about whether the military's commission resolution will truly bring victory to the Sarkaz. Nonsense! Do you want me to make a growl sound? Not now, monster. Naxara King, I'm not doubting the leadership of the Sarkaz army. Just as you said, I'm here to talk to you as an old friend. Thanks to the Victorian dukes, Londinium is now an impenetrable fortress, yet Teresis is still able to summon the kings to the city. This tells us that you and your army are guarding the passages into Londinium, yet you did not stop our infiltration. You had the opportunity to kill me and destroy Rhodes Island, but you didn't. And that's because of Armia. Huh. How would I know whether it is rebirth or destruction she will wreak unless I get to see her wear that black crown with my own eyes? You will. She will surpass what any of us could ever imagine. Let us put an end to our friendly conversation. An eternally young dame, a free-willed vampire, and a confessarius who left her kind. We shall meet again in Londinium. He's gone, Kelsey. Truth be told, I really got my blood pumping. I've lived for a few centuries now, but there are still a lot of things I haven't finished. In his eyes, the real battlefield lies elsewhere. That's the only reason he left Rhodes Island be. And I was just saying I don't want to go back to Kazdal. Even if I don't go looking for trouble, trouble's knocking on my door. Kelsey, we can't just let something like this happen again. Otherwise, I'm not sure I can guarantee Rhodes Island's safety. Could be in trouble the second you two leave the ship. It's time for us to depart. Shining, what's your decision? Doctor, Liz and I are ready. We can leave at a moment's notice. I noticed that you did not deny the Naxxra's king's accusations. There is no point in denying it. For the past 3 years, life aboard Rhodes Island has been peaceful. Neither Liz nor I could have asked for more. Is it time to say our goodbyes then? Doctor, you know very well that if we continue our journey together, both you and Amia will be in much more danger. However, if Rhodes Island needs us, we will remain. Sir, defensive cannon S-309 has been activated. Looks like Manfred has made some progress. Should we report this to the Regent? No need. All of this is according to His Majesty's plans. Manfred still needs more concrete achievements if he is trying to earn the court's trust. Capturing some fighters is far from enough. Activating the secondary cannons is the first step. Tell him that His Majesty needs not one, or even several unimportant plates. Should it be necessary, we can abandon even an entire district. What's the matter? Stay still. The enemy? Here? Stay still if you want to keep your head. What an unexpected guest. You don't seem very surprised. Let me put it another way. We've been waiting for your arrival. The ship is stopped somewhere in the barren lands outside Londinium. And I thought you would only have just made it to the walls. Nonetheless, this is hardly surprising. Assassins are always on the move, no? You talk too much. I have yet to thank you for giving me the opportunity then. If you want to kill me, then why not just do it? Your control of the shadow is so masterful that not even I could notice you immediately. And your breathing. It seems you did not neglect the techniques you learned from His Majesty after leaving his side. He'll be happy to know that. Shut up. Letting your emotions get to the better of you is unbecoming of an assassin. How nimble. You're tougher than the others, sure enough. Is this why you didn't strike first? The life of a commissarius is not worth taking if it means trading your own. I see. You have yet to see His Majesty since you entered the city. The shadow shows no sign of change. It does not move, much less answer. The commissarius gazes past a swath of emptiness, to the window and beyond. There is nothing but another swath of emptiness there. A golden ray of light flutters from his motionless hand towards the faint sunlight outside the window. When you reach the throne, you might meet more than just His Majesty. I look forward to seeing the look on your face, Ascalon. So they have arrived. Yes, Your Majesty. Our leader has already met one of them in the legislature. Inform Manfred. We must find out who is among them. The young general should have already met with our messenger, but he can handle this matter. We understand your trust in Manfred, Your Majesty. But I must emphasize that he is busy dealing with the rebels on all sides. Judging by the results, it seems he did not immediately detect Rhodes Island's approach. Tell me the candidates. The Kings have shown keen interest in that fake for some time now. Aside from the two who have already begun their moves, the Sanguinarch have also grown tired of superfluous social engagements with the city's nobles. He is happy to head to Sudin, to Manfred's aid. Remind him. that should he ever find the Sarkaz King and Doctor, bring them to me at once. What of the den? Of course the Naxara King will keep an eye on her, but we must be prepared too. Let the vampires deal with her as they see fit. Very well, your majesty. I'm sure the Prince of Blood will be elated. On another note, our leader would like to know if you would have us arrange more guards to secure surroundings. No need. If anyone wishes to call on me, let them come. There is one more thing. Suppose she wants to meet with our group. Should we interfere? Let her go. In that case, what if she meets her old friends on Rose Island? Would that be a risk? You'll remind me now that the witchcraft of the Confessary is unreliable. My apologies. Please do not be angered. Just as you saw, her ideas and actions represent the Sarkaz will. This will should be more than capable of defeating any lingering emotions from the past. Yet the Confessary exists to extinguish any lurking problems. Our leader must consider all possibilities. No need. A puppet locked inside a cage cannot lead the Sarkaz on the battlefield. Tell the Confessary that I will say this only once. Do not ever insult Teresa again with these excuses. And do not ever insult me again. So, it seems like Teresa is brainwashed. And is a le puppet. Okay. So we're gonna save Teresa? Is that how it is? We should be nearly there. Got a signal. What does it mean? Huh? An emergency meeting? Was this some kind of emergency? Rock, we have to get back! What about them? The commander's orders to bring them to this position, but she wouldn't have time to see them now. Leave them here. That's a bit of a waste of time, isn't it? How about this? I'll bring them to the commander. Brainwashed by magic, or she's being manipulated by other people. I think she's being possessed. That's how Tallulah was manipulated as well. Tallulah was possessed by whatever that guy's name is. That's freaking asshole's name. Forget. No. Huh? We still can't be sure these outsiders are the ones we're looking for. Who else could they be? That's for the commander and the captains to decide. You've already taken a big risk by bringing them into the tunnel without permission and leading them this far. I've already tested them. You're quite smart, I'll admit, but you trust others too easily. Take a closer look at your new friends, especially the one who's also into drones. Huh? Who? Me? She's a Sarkaz. Yeah, I'm a Sarkaz. What's the matter? Well, I'm not the only Sarkaz here there. They're... Huh? I'm here. Right, Miss Rock. They are Sarkaz, and they are also our trusted friends. We are not like the Sarkaz who took over your home up there. Whether they're the same or not is not for you to decide. What's that supposed to mean? Should have told us sooner you weren't keen on working with us. Wouldn't have squirmed around those dark tunnels for so long. You're locals. If you want to say, I'll welcome you like I welcome all my brothers in arms. But I can't trust them so easily. Ugh, doesn't matter what you say. We live together, we die together. We are all Rhodes Island operators. It's just as the doctor said. Miss Rock, we've already exchanged plenty of intelligence. If you still won't afford us the most basic trust, I don't think we should force ourselves to keep walking this tunnel together. Mr. Feist, on behalf of Rhodes Island, thank you for assisting us earlier. We will leave here and find our own way out. Wait! That's not what Rock meant. I know. I can see where Miss Rock is coming from, and how she feels. Resentment always has a root cause, and I definitely won't blame her for this. Rhodes Island has faced similar problems, both before and now. Whether the suspicion and distrust arose because we are infected, or because we stand with the Sarkaz, it's all one and the same to us. We will prove Rhodes Island's position with our actions. But I hope you can also understand that we can't stand side by side next to someone who looks at us with such a disdainful gaze. Well said, Cordus. You're a fine leader. That's not going to change my position. I am responsible for my brothers and sisters in arms too. Feist, Captain Feist. I'll get going now. Send the word out and have everyone get ready. If you really thought it through, take these people to the commander. She'll make the final decision, and whatever her orders are, I'll follow them. Rock. I mean, did I say something wrong? Our relationship didn't break down because of me, right? No, Glacier. Whether or not we are friends is for Mr. Feist to decide. Come, my Red Island friends. I sure hope my judgment is correct. Otherwise, my lieutenant definitely won't forgive me. And I won't be able to show my face in front of our commander again. Very well, Mr. Feist. We'll follow you. It's a good thing I want to meet your commander too. RMA? Is this the stage to farm for RMA? Oh, this one's got the bombs. Sarkaz Air Bearer Artificers. Charge the Londinium's secondary defensive turret at increased speed. And touches of the Sanguinarch have increased HP. Oh boy. So this is the touch. Touch of Sanguinarch, touch of Benevolence. It's literally just slightly redder. Man, it'd be so hard to tell the difference between these two. Takes greatly reduced physical and arts damage. So same shit. Okay. Do these stack though? Or I guess it's a maximum block 6 either way, right? Will be reborn as the touch of the Sanguinarch. Okay. When in battle, reborn creations have increased attack. That's these things, right? And their attacks will additionally deal necrosis damage. After necrosis damage reaches 1000, the affected unit cannot use skills for 15 seconds. And every second loses 1 SP and takes 100 arts damage. Hang on. That doesn't affect infinite duration skills, does it? Because Lee was fine. He got hit by this and he was fine. I haven't gone past 10:06, so I'll probably hop out of stream. No worries. All good. Alright. I'll see you later, Ipan. Now that's 1 second is already pain, 15 seconds is absolute death. That's true. That is true. Attack steal arts damage and necrosis damage. Huh. So infinite duration skills are probably fine. Or burst skills that you use before the necrosis goes off. Just bring blaze. Let's look at this map. 1 blue box. That's fine. I think as long as you need to click the skill, it'll prevent it from active. Yeah. Do you reckon I could cheese this with Lee again? Just let's try, I guess. Cheeses with Lee, alright. Oh, but there's the cannon. That's right. I gotta figure out a place to put someone to taunt the cannon. I think I can use Calcium Monster to taunt the cannon. I think that's what I have to do. Mudrock can't really taunt the cannon. I mean, well, actually, she can if nothing's attacking her, because she's got her shields. I guess that's fine too. Yeah, let's switch Mudrock. Alright, skill 3. We already need Thorns. Carney is probably fine. Then I have a Warfarin. Wait, someone to deal like AoE damage. Isn't mounted skill infinite? Yeah, mounted skill is infinite. You could use mounted skill as well, theoretically. But I think it's better to use like Lee and stuff, like Lee and Wee and stuff, because the thing is, because you push away the slugs, right? Those little slimes, worms, or whatever the hell they are, the little pieces of shit. So they don't increase his block count, and because they don't increase his block count, then he doesn't become the one with the most block and taunt the cannon. So I'll have Mudrock as the only 3-block op on the field, and I'll just have her taunt the cannon like somewhere on the left side of the map. And then I literally just use Lee to like kill shit, I guess. I just gotta figure out the placement of ops. Ah, yes, I know who we need. We need... we need Mulberry in skill 1. Let's use Ifrit Shabba skill. Airy ground or airy air? I mean, both. Ifrit, I don't think I can use Ifrit here. There's no real Ifrit lane unless you count this lane, but it only hits this tile here because Ifrit's range only hits up to here, and these guys will be like coming through here, so they won't be within Ifrit range. GG is probably a good idea. Yeah. Ah, I know what to do. Instead of Kanye, Aya S2, and let's bring Warfarin. Warfarin S1. Okay. Like place it horizontally on the right side. Maybe here, but that doesn't cover what I want to hit though. It's, I mean, yeah, it's value, but it's not as value as I want, you know? Whenever I use Ifrit, I like to blast them right in the face. I gotta think. So if I put Warfarin here, I'll put Aya here. Aya here facing this way. So she'll do an AoE shot here. And I'll like burn everyone here. Okay. So I'll put Channel to here facing this way. And I'll put Mulberry down facing this way. Maybe I do want Kani though. Carnelian. Let's see if they have any ranged attacks. It's only these things that are ranged. Technically it's not AoE but splash. She is considered AoE caster. Yeah, I think I'll play Carnelian instead of GG. Well, as everything looks fine here, okay, it's fine. Oh, fuck. Update. Nobody beat Aya. Now what I'm doing is I'm feeding Aya SP but with Warfarin. So she's literally just gonna throw AoE fireballs constantly. Tactics is don't get skill issue. 186th day since making it back to Londinium. 3 more men joined us today. 2 of them are seriously hurt. Only Robin is still able to fight. In just this area, there are still at least 70 men in the enemy's hands. With all the Londinium fallen, there's no telling how many soldiers have been captured. I don't know whether they're still alive. And I certainly don't know whether I should hope they are still alive. Every day, someone who fought so hard to live leaves us forever. I try to remember the names of each and every one of them, but the truth is that by the time I meet these men, most of them can no longer speak. I wish even just one more pair of ears could hear their voices, and I wish there could be someone here to hear my voice. I hope you'll one day see these records. I hope your mission outside is successful. I hope you won't be back in Londinium so soon. Is that to siege? Horn, we've got the new hands settled in. Thanks, Blake. Don't give them any missions just yet. Let them rest a couple of days. Horn, I don't need time to settle in. I can go out there and fight whenever. Fine. Blake, assign Robin to 4th. He'll join the next shift as a scout. Roger that, Horn. Perfect timing. Dublin activity has been on the rise. We needed more men. The 3rd still isn't back. Robin, you should stay here and get some rest. I can do something else. I suggest you come over here and sit down. You have half an hour at most. Don't waste it. Alright. And I understand how you feel. You want to go out there and fight, right? The battle this morning wasn't enough to sate your hunger. Right. My hand is still trembling. It wants me to hold my crossbow a while longer. Sorry, I had to do it. Robin, remember one thing. We are here not because we have to kill a few more Dublin soldiers or Sarkas. Our top priority is to survive. After that, it's to make sure as many of us survive as possible. Horn, aye. Just do it, nobody else here. I understand. Good. Now get some rest. What is that you're holding? A notepad. It's just some random scribblings. Pay it no mind. So is it Horn to Bagpipe then? The scene from earlier, maybe? You mentioned that you worked alone for a very long time. No wonder you have that kind of habit. Maybe it's because I've been a captain for too long. I felt like something was missing when I heard no one to give orders to. Thankfully, Blake and the lads stole this pen from Dublin forces. Otherwise I'd have to carve everything out, letter by letter in sewers. Have you really done that before? Go take a look at the sewers all the way down at the edge of the city. You might just find my magnum opus, Victoria: A Brief History, personally carved by my own hand. How long did that take you? I'm just pulling your leg. Let's save the chit chat for another time. Dublin could be here at any moment. I'll get some sleep. You should too. General, Dublin's feline caster is here. She wants to see you. Is she alone? Yes, she didn't bring anyone else. Let her through. General, her arts are hard to defend against. So it's your opinion that I can't handle her originating arts? No, that is absolutely not what I meant. General, just like General Teresa's, you have my utmost respect as a warrior. Then go back to where you belong. Yes, General. Hodor, stay here. I'm sure you're already prepared, having met with the Confessarius messenger. I have a job for you. You want me to find the people on the ship? You worked with them before. I'm a mercenary. Mercenaries never remember who we work with, not unless their heads are worth a lot. Surely it must be easily to deal with old friends, no? Maybe. The Babel assassin has already made it to the city center. It is the confessary job to fend her off. As for the others, Hodor, why don't you take a guess who they have? The mercenaries in the city still haven't found any traces of any one of them. They will make their move sooner or later. For the past 6 months, our eyes in Victoria have been keeping a close eye on that ship. Yet they were always one step ahead of us, to the point that they came all the way to Londinium without any of us noticing. Why do you think that's the case? There's only one possibility. There's someone working for them in Londinium. Someone working for them. An agent. They must have planted this sleeper agent years ago. And this agent must be of some standing too. Otherwise there is no way they could have escaped our watchful eyes. Makes sense? My impression is that the Dame Doctor's methods can be unorthodox. Hodor, look into the backgrounds of all the rebels we captured recently. You think we've already caught them? There must be a reason why the Rhodes Islanders are still loitering nearby. 1:15 PM. Overcast. Underground structure, Sudine Borough, Londinium. Here we are. Who's there? Oh, Bill, it's me. I'm back. It's you, huh, lad? I just saw Rock. I thought you two left on a mission together. She came back first since she had something to take care of. Who are these folks you have with you? Wait, Sarkaz? Don't! It's very likely they're the ones the commander's been waiting for. I thought she was waiting for allies. There's no way there could be a bunch of devils. Bill, give me a break. Where's the commander? I'll see her right now. Think about it. Do you really think there's a chance I could be a traitor? Not one bit. Everyone here treats you like their own baby brother. Rock had you guard this place, right? Bring a few more men. You can escort us there. Right, if you say so. As for you lot, don't even think about pulling any funny moves. We are watching you, Sarkaz. I mean, I feel a little unwelcome. Like I've never felt this unwelcomed. I get that sense. Sorry. They aren't usually like this. It's just, they're a little sensitive about how some of you look. Things will be much better once our commander talks some sense into them. Come with me. They're having a meeting up ahead. Did you not hear that? They blew up the port with the defensive cannons. We can't stay here any longer. It's too risky. But if we leave Sudine, it won't be easy for us to come back and help the people here. I want to help them too. You think I don't want to? But do you know where our people are locked up? Are our men supposed to search house by house in front of the Sarkaz? Feist and Rock have been searching for information. They're too slow! The situation has changed. Sarkaz could blow this hideout to smithereens any moment. All our hard work, gone! The hideout is dead. Those people are alive. That's awfully easy for you to say. It's not like it was you business folks who built this place from scratch bit by bit. Do we come at a bad time? Don't worry, the commander won't mind. Most folks here come from very different backgrounds. They may not agree with each other sometimes. All of us stand together. Besides, no matter how out of hand their food gets, as long as the commander is here, we'll find a solution in the end. Seems you really trust her. Is she that amazing? She rescued most of us. If it wasn't for our commander, we would long have died by the hands of the Sarkaz of Dublin. Just like Rock. Her pa was beaten to death by the mercenaries because he wasn't willing to sell the defense force out. As for me, I didn't want to work with the Sarkaz. So me and a few co-workers ran all the way here from Highbury. We almost died of hunger in the tunnels. In the end, it was the commander who found us. She was the one who pulled each of us up from our helplessness and united us. All of us look up to her, and we trust that she will lead us through each and every hopeless situation we will come across. Commander, help me out. We should get out of here right now, right? Commander, I suggest that we start a rescue operation right away. Commander! Hammer, Tyrell, calm down, both of you. Time is of the essence. There is no time for infighting. That voice. Rena, what's the matter? No, nothing. I might just have misheard. Mr. Feist, is the one who last spoke your commander? She sounds very young. Surprising, isn't it? When I first met her, I thought the exact same thing. Do you remember how I figured out you were the leader? You were the leader the moment I saw you, Quartus Lady? Soon you'll know how I knew. Come, let's meet our commander. Is it Horn? Who the hell is that? Okay. I know how you feel, everyone, but there's one point I think requires no discussion. We will save our brothers and sisters in arms. If we let our enemies hurt our warriors, who would be willing to fight alongside us? If we let our enemies take our friends away, who would be willing to offer us a helping hand? We are the Londinium Citizens Self-Salvation Corps. We must save Londinium, but before that, we need to save each and every one of our living friends. Her hands are slender and delicate. Fragile, even. Yet it seems to have enough power to quell the anger and anxiety that is about to boil over. The meeting room falls into silence. Those in attendance naturally cast their eyes on their commander. It is as though none of them have ever doubted with her narrow shoulders could bear their heavy hope. The scene is somewhat familiar. Most of the Rhodes Island operators feel this way. They all turn their gazes towards the Quartus who stands in front of them. I think I know what Feist means now. They really are kinda like, right? I agree. Everyone, quiet down. Let's not interrupt their meeting. We're the same! Looks like we have a few new friends to greet before we discuss the concrete rescue plan. Feist, bring them here. Yes, Commander. Well met, Rhodes Island. I'll be looking forward to your arrival. I'm Clovisio. The commander of the Londinium Citizens Self-Salvation Corps. General, the commander of Dublin is here. Madam Mandragora. General Manfred. I trust you are here because you have something important to discuss. You saw everything and you still put up this act? Are you really a Sarkaz? They don't seem to be so tricky like you. Madam Mandragora, your words just now could be taken as an insult to the Sarkaz. Whatever you say. I'm here to apologize anyway. Oh? You have an apology? My men had a little misunderstanding with your people down at the port. Misunderstanding? I'm here because I wanted to make sure the cooperation between us still stands. Madam, let me remind you again. There are no concrete terms that we must follow for our cooperation to continue. Dublin will not interfere with Sarkaz operations in Londonium. In exchange, we will allow you to remain in a demarcated area here. Don't know that word. You can take that as a tacit understanding between the two of us. You told me yes, and I haven't forgotten. Right, and it doesn't matter if you have. We will consider the ruckus earlier a reminder. Thank you. Don't be so quick to thank me. The Sarkaz are not as forgetful as you. What do you want me to do then? Do you want my life? If that's what you really want. If that's what I actually wanted, you would not have made it here. And you wouldn't have taken the steps to West Haleg these months ago, either. What we want to see is a bit of sincerity from Dublin. And not the kind of sincerity where you snatch a few Victorian soldiers from us, or kidnap a couple of Londonium citizens who escaped. It's about time that we actually cooperate. Horn! What's wrong? I didn't want to bother you, but Sally, he's not going to last much longer. His leg is so swollen you can't even squeeze any more pus out. Is the third back yet? No, things were a mess outside this morning. We might have delayed things for them. How many men do we have? Including the new blood. We have a total of 17 who can fight. The second will stay. High alert. I'll bring 5 men with me and pay the Dublin's borrowed home a little visit. But if you go back, what do you do if you run into Mendagora again? Sally can't wait much longer. He needs medicine. Without painkillers and anti-inflammatories, he won't even make it through the afternoon. Do any of you have anything that's worth money? Old Aiton's been racking his brains just to figure out how to trade for enough food for each day. If we don't take it from Dublin, who are we supposed to turn to? The Sarkaz? Or do you mean to ask the civilians for help? Have you given it any thought what the enemy will do to them if they offered us anything? Dejection won't buy us our friend's life. Pack it up. Bring any weapons we can use. We'll leave immediately. Robin, you said you haven't killed enough of them, right? Lucky you. Your chance is here. I feel like Robin's gonna die. Just the gut feeling.
はい、すぐに出発します。皆さん、どうかお気をつけて。また後ほどお会いしましょう。
一歩も引かない。準備完了。陰謀を実現させた者が北総 M のに君は気づいていない。誰にも縛られるつもりはない。不法者はどこだ。
チート叱ってやりましょう。ほどほど。
キリステン。
治療開始。
Oh shit. I already need to play. Ah shit.
再検討のほどを何とぞ。本当に議論の余地なしなんですかね。
Fuck, 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 fuck. Oh shit. No. Oh shit. DP issues. The cannon is so fast. Jesus Christ. Fuck me. Why?
すまない。
Why is the cannon so fast? Okay, okay, fine, fine.
Setsuga
みんな、助けに来たよ。みんな、こっち来て。
ここに立つのは私の使命、命令を。子供たちの悲鳴が聞こえる。了解した。誰にも 縛られるつもりはない。無法者はどこだ。世相に任せよ。たくあん漬け炎を切り捨てん。自分のための戦いを。
チート叱ってやりましょう。ほどほどにね。
わあ、リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしくね。
言わんこっちゃない。落ち着けってあれだけ言ったのにね。
負傷した者はすぐに知らせるんだ。
運動を実現させた者が国祖 M の君は気づいていない。
頑張ります。少し暑いかもしれませんよ。
世相に任せよ。準備完了。
少し暑いかもしれませんよ。温度安定しています。救援正体マルベリー待機しています。本気で行くよ。皆さんどうか気をつけて。
いい位置だ。
火事には気をつけてください。皆さん、みんなこっち来て。
This gets scary shit the first try, right? Yes, but you know, that's my fault for you know, forgetting that DP is a problem. Yes. And the cannon shoots fucking fast for some fucking reason.
皆さんの安全を守るのが私の仕事です。
敵を死にした。そいつらを逃がすな。こちらチェン、いつでも指示を。
みんなこっち来て。皆さんの安全を守るのが私の仕事です。
I literally could just sit here and do nothing now. Phantom is just OP, not gonna lie. Phantom's pretty good. Yeah, I agree. Phantom's pretty good.
かわいそう。本気で行くよ。
Fast redeploys in general are a pretty good class.
キョロキョロするのは危ないですよ。
敵を死にした。時間には限りがあるんだ。
火事には気をつけてください。みんなこっち来て。皆さんどうか気をつけて。
Nah. How could you forget the most important thing in Arknights gameplay? This is not about the DP. It was the fact that the cannon shoots so fast. I was not ready for the cannon to shoot immediately, you know? I deployed in the wrong order because I mean, because right now, like my instinct is to deploy the one to tank last, right? So I was like, let's deploy everyone, then we'll deploy my rock last. Nope, the cannon fired first. So yeah. I mean, either way, it didn't matter which order I deployed Mudrock because she's all the way on the other side of the map, so she's not taunting enemies. She's taunting the cannon because of the block count. Actual skill issue. Yeah, sure, whatever. 3:22 PM. Overcast. Underground structure. Sudane Borough, Londinium. I didn't think this was a very smart decision. Rock, we don't have enough hands. There are many places above us where people can hide, and we still haven't checked at least a third of Sudine. You know, Hartmer and the gang are getting ready for the move already. In a couple of days they'll be leaving this place, and so will the commander. When that happens, even if our team stays, our chances of rescuing anyone will be slim. That's no reason for them to join us. They aren't joining us, they're cooperating with us. Did you hear the commander? They're friends of a friend. We accepted our friend's request and helped them enter Londinium, and they're here now. And if they can help us look for people, they can rest up in our hideout. That's the commander's order. And once they're done resting up, they'll leave this place. I'll escort them to somewhere safe above ground, and that'll be the end of it. Why can't we ask them if they're willing to stay for a short while? It'll just be a small favor. They might not turn us down. You know why, I told you. The commander thinks they can be trusted. There has to be a reason for that, so I'll stop questioning their motives. But I also don't want our men dragged into needless danger. Why do you think that what they're doing is dangerous? What do you think they're doing here? They sneaked into Londinium with a bunch of highly skilled Sarkas. And they're making an enemy of those other Sarkas. Feist, we're Victorians. We're used to this. You're talking about the lords fighting day in and day out outside of Londinium. Ever since we were born, they've been fighting amongst themselves to no end. If it wasn't because of all their infighting, our homes wouldn't have become a Sarkaz backyard. It's tiring enough trying to take back our homes. The Sarkaz want to fight on our lands. And not only is there nothing we can do about it, it has nothing to do with us. What if they can really stop the Sarkaz occupying the city? Maybe you think they're here to snatch the crown. But the way I see it, we have a common enemy. I'm not so confident to think we can take control of the situation. Not like you. The Sarkaz, they're nothing like you think. They're that good at pretending. The day my dad was executed, I spotted a girl in the distance. The executioner called her Your Majesty. That was when I found out that the King of the Devils actually looked like... What? You never told me that before. Because I never saw the need to. So she saw Tallulah. I'm telling you this now because I want you to know we can't let ourselves be deceived by looks. Even though the Sarkaz woman had a flawless, unblemished appearance, even if she put up a look of pity for an old Londinia worker, totally unknown to her, I will never forget. She is the one who led the Sarkaz and killed my father, and countless more Victorians. She is the Lord of Fiends. Miss Amia? Mr. Feist. Miss Rock. That's all I have to say, Captain. I will head above ground and continue our search mission. You should really give it what I said some thought. Sorry, Miss Amia. Doctor. I need to help Hammer tune his equipment, so please excuse me too. Doctor, the sarcasm Miss Rock mentioned. Doesn't sound like Teresa's to me. It's a white-haired woman with a compassionate look, and the sarcasm called her Your Majesty. Doctor, you might have forgotten, but I will never forget even the tiniest detail about her expression or anything she said to me. You mean... I know it's impossible, but I... Eh? Okay. So it's not that long ago. So it wouldn't have been Tallulah then. Is this talking about whatchamacallit, Teresa? Is it? Okay. Doctor, from today onwards you have the permission to access the following files. Some of the information in these files will be of interest to you. Whether it's information about her or information about the powers that Amia has inherited. You talked about this and you didn't believe me. At this point in time, trust is meaningless. I can't deny the importance you hold to Amia, and the thing she needs most in this Londinium operation is your assistance. Doctor, no matter what you two find in Londinium, you have to face it with her together. I know you can do it. Not so fast, Amia. Right, I need to stay calm. I was almost going to chase after Miss Rock to ask her who she saw. But that could further fuel her misunderstanding about us. It's okay to have feelings. Yeah, Doctor, I'm feeling better now. You might have heard a little about the past from Dr. Kelsey before he came to Londinium. But there are some things that I haven't had the chance to talk to you about. Actually, for a very long time after that incident, I dreamt about you two a lot. In my dreams, you never talked. You just watched over me in silence. It was like that night out on the Barrens. You held my hand silently, and I could sleep soundly. I was able to feel you. I knew you were just asleep, Doctor. You might have been away for a little while, but you were there with me still. She's not the same. She told me a lot of things in my dreams. From the fate of every single sarcas at Rhodes Island, to if I wasn't sleeping well, if it was cold. She warned me about lots of things. It was like she was right there by my side. The more that happened, the more it struck home that she left us. You know her better than anyone. There is so much that she didn't want to leave behind. There's so many people and things she kept thinking about. Us, Dr. Kelsey, Rhodes Island, and the sarcas. If she was actually alive, would she not come back to us? Did Theresis do something maybe? It's a very cruel method. Death is a very serious matter to save to the sarcas, much more so than any other race. The souls of a sarcas who passed eventually returns to her whole tribe. It's the greatest comfort to a sarcas after a lifetime of hardship. Doctor, you witnessed the passing of Patriot. It was a matter of dignity and pride. It was the last time a man saw his own fate. The silence of death gave him an answer, and this answer can forgive everything about him. No sarcas should ever have the final piece stolen from them. Especially her, who gave everything to the sarcas. Doctor, do you remember what I said at the port? I know what emotion has taken hold of Londinium. It's anger. Sarcas anger. And it's not just me who can hear it. This anger is so strong that all sarcas can hear it. Even a Wendigo altar can't give rise to such strong resonance. It's like someone turned the sarcas's centuries-old burning anger into an actual raging fire. If no one puts a stop to it, sooner or later, it will burn through Londinium's skies and spread, burning everything in its path. That's why we need to get close to it as soon as we can to find out what the source of the fire is that's engulfing everything actually is. I'm worried about you, Amio. You can see it, Doctor. Right, emotionally. I'm not like I was before. The one ready to dive into the fire isn't the leader of Rhodes Island. Probably not the successor they keep talking about either. It's Amio. This is what I want. It's the answer I'm looking for, as an individual. And it's true. I'm also a little bit scared. I'm afraid of that answer. I don't want to see Dr. Kelsey and everyone else have their hearts shattered. There's you too, Amio. Yeah, right. There's me, too. If it's really her, I don't even want to imagine what that might mean. But this is something I must face. There is no other way forward. We'll walk this path together. Thank you, Doctor. Just knowing you're here by my side gives me the courage to keep going. I'll go talk to Commander Clovis now, to propose a partnership. Their friends were taken prisoner by the sarcas, and they need more manpower to rescue them. We also need their help. Going by our original plan, we should already have rendezvoused with our contact, the messenger lady. We need to figure out whether she's safe or not. She's a friend of the Self-Salvation Corps. Maybe their commander could help us find her. That's not to mention that guidance will make our journey into central Londinium much more likely to succeed. Rhodes Island will prove to the Londinium citizens' Self-Salvation Corps that we are not here for the sarcas crown. Sorry, Demon, I was just reading. But in your opinion, which do you prefer, Arknights main story or FGO main story? To be honest, I haven't really read FGO's main story. I'm not up to date on it, so I can't really say. My opinion is biased because I'm actually able to read Arknight's story. So I can't really give an opinion on that. Which do you prefer, Arknight's event story or FGO event story? I don't read either. Sometimes I read Arknights event stories, but I kind of like forget to. So yeah. Nope. No lie, your voice even makes Anya sound cool. Thanks. I feel like I'm butchering voices whenever I voice females. It's because obviously I don't have the voice for it, so it's a bit hard. But if it's good, then yeah. Let's hope it gets better. Horn, the Dublin forces are acting really strange. They're going that way. I thought Sarkaz troops were guarding that area though. Dublin would never have dared to go anywhere close with them around. They must have their reasons. I'll tell them. Isn't that a tad risky? They have 10 times our manpower. And that's why I'm going alone. The rest of you will continue as planned. Look for resources at their stronghold. They've just started relocating. Most likely they haven't had their time to haul their supplies away too. Be careful out there. You too. Yeah, from what I learned about Sarkaz lore, the more I understand why people are afraid about being as racist to Sarkaz, but it's still fucking wrong. A lot of Arknight's story is basically that. It's like a lot of racism, discrimination. A lot of it's like that. You can mirror a lot of the themes with real life as well if you think about it that way. Yeah. It just shows you the kind of effects that these things have. So yeah. Hey, get a move on. The commander doesn't want us to waste another second. I know you don't want to be doing this. Who does? Those stinking devils treating us like a bunch of mercenaries. Ah yes, the classical I'm going alone archetype. Of course. But don't let me see you slacking off. You better not embarrass the commander in front of the Sarkaz. Why aren't you keeping up? M611, respond. What's going on? Don't move. It's you. M601, call for... Don't speak either. Ugh. Hand over the comms. Alright, now you can speak. Tell me, what are you helping with Sarkaz with? Like I tell you, wicked Victorian wolf. Let me think. How did Dublin trick the Victorians who weren't willing to talk? They were hanged on a pulley a dozen meters off the ground, right? Too bad I don't know how to make stone columns with darts. I don't have an easy way to send someone so high up. You wouldn't. Wouldn't I? Sure, if I was as shameless as your commander, watching my people sacrifice themselves in County Hillock one by one wouldn't have bothered me one bit. How about this then? I'll tie you up, then dump you in some abandoned factory. There are lots of factories like that around here. It wouldn't take that long to look through each of them one by one. Now that's how I do things, right? It's thanks to my patience that I could rescue some of those poor soldiers from you people. I only hope that your commanding officer will find you too before you die alone, despairing in the darkness. No! My commander wouldn't! Please, spare me. What do you want to know? I just follow orders. I don't understand the complicated stuff. Yes, I'm quite sure of that. That Sarkaz commander is much smarter than your commanding officer. Whatever he is scheming, Mandragora will never figure it out, and you lads will have to keep letting the Sarkaz toy with you. Fine, you just need to tell me where you're headed then. I'll figure out the rest myself. Not gonna lie, depending on the circumstances, I would absolutely just yell help at the top of my lungs. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know how I would react in situations like those. It's one of those things where you don't really know how you react until it happens to you. Because, I mean, we have this instinct, you know, and you don't know how that instinct is going to react. It's your fight or flight response, or fight or flight, sorry. It's like, are you going to fight or are you going to run? I don't know. I don't know. If you're back, why didn't you pay me a visit sooner? You have too many guests. Ah, forgot. You didn't want to see the confessarius messenger. If you found out that I came back to Londinium, wouldn't that spell the end of my leisurely days? Even then, you didn't have to wait for Hodoro to leave before you show yourself. He's my man. Oh, he's my man. He won't ever report your presence to the court. Ah, he's your man. Don't fool yourself, you don't trust anyone. If you really trusted him, you could have just hollered my name. You're the one who decided to wait until the Dublin feline and your mercenary friends were gone before saying hello. Let's set this topic aside. You helped me lure the Dublin forces into position this morning. I owe you this one. Oh, it's no big deal. Besides, I got a little surprise out of it. Surprise? For you of all people to use that word, I'm guessing you found more than few rebels. Did you meet the Rhodes Islanders down there? You traitor! Piece of shit! I'm a pretty loyal kind of person. The person I'm looking for is someone who'll put loyalty to. I'll just cut my tongue. If you could. Maybe. I don't know. I'd like to think that I'm a pretty loyal person too. But, you know, like I said, I don't know how I react until it happens, right? I think that's just the case for, like, everyone. You just don't know how it works. Who is the traitor? This guy. He's the guy that that we picked up. So the captive that we rescued. There's more. Not only did I run into them, they were the ones who rescued me from Dublin and escorted me to the city walls. If it wasn't for how antsy you were to test how prized you toy, such that I had to be blown up in front of them, perhaps I could have followed them a little longer. Like Mike Tyson say, everyone ever planned until they get punched. Yeah, basically. I actually wanted to have a good chat with her. What if I tell you there's still a chance? Another job for me? Didn't you send the Dublins and the mercenaries to guard the temporary brig? I thought you had everything in place already, and you just had to extend an invitation. I prefer writing myself a few insurance policies. Alright, you owe us one then. Did I just say us? No matter. There's no one else here. Truth be told, we don't really want to stay here much longer. That narcissistic old man with the chalice is almost here, isn't he? Don't tell him about us. Of course. I have yet to repay your kindness after all. Another note. You should stop masquerading as a dead man. Not only might you find your colorblind, it also makes me feel uneasy. Yeah, I almost forgot. What an upstanding sarcasm you are, right? Pupil of Theresis? Relax. The next time we meet, I won't be Mr. Thomas anymore. Huh. Okay. So it's someone impersonating Thomas. You stupid bastard, I want to see you streaming Arknights in ages. Hey, what's up? Sorry, it's been a while. I know I didn't stream on Saturday because I had social links to complete. It was out of my control. I had to go. So yeah. And Tuesday was FGO. Alright, I'll be streaming Arknights on Saturday as well. CN decided to give my favorite operator an altar. Texas? Hell yeah. So fucking cool. Oh man, that's so hype. The only thing that's not hype is now I can't use my Texas skin. Come on, man. The suit Texas looks so cool. And I can't use it anymore. At least the altar skin is the altar design is very nice. And I have 2 limiteds in a row after pull max pot. Ah, true, because she's a fast redeploy unit. You need pots for her. I don't know. That's gonna be fun. We'll see. Next time Rhodes Island rescues someone, we're just gonna put hidden bug on them for safety purposes. Yeah, we should. When FG gonna release the next altar sedge. We have 1 blue box. Okay. And of course it's a band tile right in front of the box, so you have to defend from both sides. It's not because she's fast with the play, it's because she's my best friend. Fair. It's because she's waifu. Alright. Terrain and enemies will differ in places. Nani? And of course we have the cannon firing at us. Oh, okay. More stamina of this. Yeah, this isn't it. Of course Texas is waifu.
ドクター、飯は食ったか？
8 months. Hey, that's been a while. F tier NA other than Vanguard, but they put in 2 times animation speed. Yeah, I know. I saw F tier is getting a bunch of the quality of life upgrades. It's very nice. That's good. It's about time you guys got those. You know, moving out of the Stone Age. Because you have a new account. That's why, Demon Eye. Yeah, your old account is gone. I'll just use the stamina part. That's okay. Continue for a bit. I still want the chicken in the stream. What, the actual chicken? I mean, there's the redeem there. You help me to squeeze the chicken. I can do that. Oh, okay. I need to find a good place to put mud rock. Or maybe have to be monster actually. Now that I look at it. Cooking stream. Bruh, I can't cook for shit though. What's the cannon's range? Oh, Saria range. It is Saria range, right? I think it is. 3 tiles from the center. Jeez. That's annoying. Chapter 10, just Kelsey. Yeah, I'm thinking about using Kelsey as well. For here. I think I need to use Kelsey here. Not sure if enemies bump into here. That's gonna be the annoying part. So let me use Kelsey. Okay. I'm just wondering if there are like any boss enemies in this map. Hey, Kelsey skill 3. Yep. S2. My intention is to use Kelsey to bait the bomb. Will she survive the bomb with S2? Hit all blocked enemies. Maybe. Where's my Weedy? There you are. Weedy S2. Okay. Instead of... No, kind of need mulberry here.
皆さんを支援します。
Always pick weedy this chat. What do you mean? I was doing this before you got here, man. Do you know how much you can cheese this with Lee? I've been cheesing with Lee so far. It's so good. So good. So good.
This は交換条件に入ってないはずだよね。でもいいよ。喜んで君を手伝おう。
Link. Say out Connie. We need ways to deal with any tanky bullshits that's had to come. Where's Phantom?
気をつけ。
Okay. I think that should be okay. That should be okay. Burn this view of the city into your memories. I can't be mad. No. No, it's great, man! Every time a new skyscraper is built, countless old buildings are inevitably torn down. It is this thick layer of dust, accumulated over tens of hundreds of years, that made today's Londinium. When you inherit these lands, not only will you inherit the extravagant furs you see on the outside, you must also accept the scars that lie underneath. It is extraordinarily difficult to build a new house among these old ones. Your eyes need to be able to see through the flesh and into the bones to find the place with the firmest foundation that can support the entire city. This will be your starting point. Vina, it is when you forget everything that you must inherit that you will truly become a proper successor. So it's supposed to be fictional London, not the actual London. Sage, please think this through again. Follow my advice. We must leave this place, this dark underground cavern at once. Only timid metal crabs and insects hide underground. I can't stand hiding down here while our enemies are wreaking havoc above our heads. You know, the way you talk is really getting on my nerves. How could you call any of them spineless when every one of them stands up against the Sarkaz? They were actually the cowards you make them out to be. They would have gone working for the Sarkaz long ago. Don't get the wrong idea. I'm not trying to assign blame, but there's only so much they can do. What do you mean there's only so much they can do? Remember who it was that saved you when you made out of Londinium, half dead? How come you didn't say there was only so much you could do? I don't want to argue with you. I'm not arguing with you either, but I don't want to hear your cranky little mouth either. Morgan and I told you when you first ran into us a year ago or so. If you wanted to join the Glassglow family, you'd have to find yourself... You have to root yourself of the shitty aristocratic attitude. Let me say a word on her behalf. Dagda's working very hard too. She's changed quite a bit. At a glance, no one could tell that she used to be a knight noble. Right, I learned a lot from all of you. I'm sure you know that I've long thought of myself as a part of Glassglow. But now we're back in Londinium. I just can't help but be aware I'm also a knight of the tower. Don't you think that anything has changed just because we're back in Londinium? Do you know how many eyes are on Vina? We've never been safe. No, it's exactly because we're back now that we're especially in danger. I agree with you on that. And it's out of safety considerations. Yeah, I think we should leave these militants we don't know the first thing about. Dagda, you mean you're worried the resistance could act against Vina? Their membership is too much of a mixed bag. What if some of them don't actually mean well? Where do you think we should go then? As far as I know, There are still some in the city that we can count on. My mother's friends. I couldn't contact them before the Knights of the Tower fell, but the way I see it, now might be a good time. You mean, you want us to turn to the nobles? Who do you think murdered Vina's dad and forced her to hide out on the streets for years? Who do you think hunted us down and chased us out of Londinium? We don't even know if Bird and the rest of the gang are still alive. The nobles weren't on mind back then, but after the Sarkaz came... You think the Sarkaz are our only enemy? Listen up, my lady. You want to hand Vina over to those dirty lords, over my dead body. Hannah! What are you doing? Shouting like that. Do you want everyone to know who Vina is? Both of you, calm down. Fighting can't solve everything, especially at a crucial moment like this. Until you've really thought through the consequences of your bickering, you better shut your mouths. What do you want Vina to? It doesn't matter. Vina, what do you have in mind? I think Dagda's worries are reasonable. We followed Ami and the doctor here, but in the end our objective isn't the same as theirs. All they have to do is stop the Sarkaz in the city, and that's exactly what the Resistance has been trying to do. But wait, what do you think our objective is? Morgan, Indra. Why did you recognize me as your leader back then? Because Glasgow needs to survive in Londinium. We were still kids, and we made a lot of enemies. A lot of street punks had their eyes on us. And there were even a couple of bad cops who always gave us trouble. Vina, you're so much more incredible than the rest of us. You're the one who taught me that a good boss doesn't just fight. Not only did you lead us out of trouble, you recruited so many faces into the gang. You made Glasgow stronger. That's why I'm confident you're a good boss, and that you'll be a good leader in the future. Very good. Looks like we haven't forgotten our convictions. Haven't you heard what the Resistance commander said? They'll save Londinium, but before that, they'll save their brothers and sisters in arms. Who's to say our objectives are different? My hammer was forged to serve this city, to serve Victoria. If my strength can save even just one Victorian, then I have no reason to leave the fight. Dactor. Sorry, I won't bring that up again. No, I just wanted to say you aren't in the wrong. What? If you have your own mission to accomplish, you needn't follow my every word. You are a fine knight, but I'm not the one who knighted you. I'm not the lord you were born to serve. No. You should find the one who actually wanted to serve instead of being bound by your bloodline's oath. You're free, and you always have been. Siege! Vina, that's a little... It's not like that girl was. Enough. You heard me well. Dagda, I'll await your answer. Understood, Siege. I never thought Arknights would collab with Marvel. We're getting Tony Stark. Wait, what? What do you mean? Demon Eye, 2 years. Oh, shit, that took forever to type on a broken phone. It's a lot of swear words. We have 2 Glasgow and Arknights. I think we have more, don't we? Super Lash. Why Siege is a boss because she... That's okay, Hard. So, sometimes, if you're frustrated and you want to vent out your anger in swear words, well, yeah. Commander Clovicia, have you thought about our cooperation proposal? Amia. May I call you Amia? Please call me Clovicia. Of course, Clovicia. Doctor, and you have more than sufficiently explained what your purpose here is. If I'm understanding you correctly, Rhodes Island is a pharmaceutical company that focuses on solving infected issues. To that end, your company has worked with cities and even countries. I also know that most Sarkaz are infected. But I just wanted to make sure about this. Did you come to Londinium with this objective too? Or is it part of Rhodes Island's business to solve the Sarkaz question as well? The Sarkaz are not a question. Clovicia, the way we see it, the real issue at hand is the war between the Sarkaz and the Victorians. This war has already seen more than enough bloodshed on both the Victorian and the Sarkaz sides. If the war escalates further, what happens then? How many countries will be dragged into it? How many people? We can't allow that to happen. Amiya, your ideals are noble. You're infected, and you want to fight for the infected. I can understand that. But what do you have to do with the Sarkaz? I inherited my ideals from a Sarkaz. She was a Sarkaz, but she loved me, a Cortus, and she loved everyone. And Rhodes Island was born under her feelings. Rhodes Island fights for the infected, the Sarkaz, and all those who are oppressed, because we know very well that, in war, they are always neglected by those cruel men who stand at the top. It doesn't matter how many of the arrogant men in positions of power have to deal with. Our focus will always be on those who truly need our help. The cruel men who stand at the top. I see. I can empathize with how you feel, and I very much respect Rhodes Island's ideals. However, I hope you can understand that the Self-Salvation Corps is not the same as Rhodes Island. Our people come from different backgrounds and have different ideals. And even so, we are all fighting for the same goal. We want to take back Londinium. If we can't be sure that Rhodes Island will always be on our side, even if you could persuade me, I won't be able to persuade my men. This is going unique. You know, I kind of thought the same thing. Do you think the writers make Siege specifically for Artoid of V8 voice? Going from the spoilers I've seen, I think so. Yeah, Wolfie, you certify sarcasm. Of course. Oh yes, pharmaceutical company. They just happen to have a lot of people know how to kill people in at least 100 different ways. Sure. Siege and the rare one, I forgot her name. What the other Glasgow we have? Well, Indra is a Glasgow. We know that for sure. Dagda, do we have Dagda in the game yet? I don't know. I feel like we do, but I don't have her, so I don't know. We will stand together. Doctor, do I have your word? What you need is our deeds. Right, I admit. You've seen for yourself that Self-Salvation Corps is low on manpower. We can't spare anyone to your cause. Rhodes Island will not be a burden to the Self-Salvation Corps. No, you're mistaken, Amiya. Most of us aren't worried about your strength. It might actually be the opposite even. Your mission is far too ambitious. Besides, you saw it yourself. The Self-Salvation Corps hides in the gaps and crevices of the city just to make it from one battle to the next. If what you actually want is a larger battlefield, and it just so happens that the battlefield is Londinium. You think we can defeat the Sarkaz occupying the city alone? Doctor, I'm surprised you are so honest. You're admitting to me that although you don't currently have what it takes to face the Sarkaz, when the time is right, Rhodes Island's objective is to depose the tyrannical regent. No harm in supporting an armed group ready to cooperate. Yes, Indra, that's the name I'm searching for. We got Siege and Indra. So I don't actually know. By the way, Hypergriff wants the NCC. I saw CC12 is the last. It's a bit disappointing, but maybe they're just taking it down to like putting it on a hiatus so they can bring it back better. I don't know. I mean that's a bit copium, but you know. Doctor, that's not what we said before he came. Amiya, she's a military commander. Merchants smell nothing but profit. And generals want nothing but power. This isn't usually how we usually earn the trust of our collaborators. No, you're right. Just like how even though we always seek to end wars, we have never been able to avoid one. Clovicia, our objective is clear. Just like the Self-Salvation Corps, Rhodes Island will fight for the day we successfully stop the Sarkaz region. Rhodes Islands will provide your medical resources. We will show you Rhodes Island might in the next fight. So, Commander Clovisio, is that to your satisfaction? Doctor, you and Army are excellent partners. It seems Feist is right. You are the helpers we've been looking for. What did Mr. Feist? He spoke on your behalf in front of me and all the captains. What about that problem earlier then? He's still young. Even though he has the courage to stand up and speak, he isn't ready to take responsibility for the outcome. This burden is for me to shoulder. But you're young too. But I'm the commander. In my position you would do the same too, wouldn't you? Yes, right. I know you just wanted us to explain our position one more time. I hope you don't mind. Of course I don't mind. Both the doctor and I are happy to have found an excellent partner. Thanks, Feist. Doctor, Feist told me about you, but you're still not what I expect. When the reconnaissance team comes back, let us plan this operation together. This will be a rescue mission. I believe your operators are very experienced at such missions. I look forward to working with Rhodes Island. As long as there are no civilians we have to protect on the battlefield. Can I at least give all 12 CCs so I can get my chance to play the first ever CC? Same. I missed out on the first couple of CCs. I could just say they're going to put hiatus on CC. They put, yeah. I don't know. Well, they said it's the last one, so we don't know. She's calling us young when she's like 14. Canon Doctor could absolutely win a battle or even a war because remember this is after Doctor lost memory and Doctor's been leading Rhodes Island operator this far. There's nothing to cough at. Yes, we are post-amnesia, Doctor. I know. Rock, my men just got some news from Lady Golding. Tell our contact will be there right away. It's a good thing we got in contact with the messenger. If it wasn't for her, I'm not sure we would be able to locate the prison. Yeah, I only hope this trip was fruitful. Right. What's going on with you and Feist? Nothing. I heard you squabbling. Ever since we formed the team together, you two of you always work together so well, like hand in glove. I've never seen you fight like that. We have differing opinions, that's all. How do you know you aren't of one mind? You should have talked to him about the past long ago. He might always be banging away at his devices, but we'll listen to you. Is this why you came along? I didn't know you liked mending relationships as much as welding things together. It's all the same to me. You're both good soldiers, and I've always thought of you as siblings. What's your name? Wait, what's your name? That was close. How come there are so many mercenaries out on the streets? The Sarkaz are trying to catch us. Rock 5. Reduce the spark system, please. If they reduced it anymore, holy shit. The gacha is already a bargain, man. Rock 5, see as our contact. In the bakery up ahead. Go. I'll keep an eye on the mercenaries. Hey Bill, could you get this port over to Hamo? I think he could use it when he reinforces his grain lorry. Alright. Hand me the wrench. Frank's shield too. I put on a new coat of paint on the surface. That should make it fireproof, but remind him that it's going to crack if he lets it get too hot for too long. The technology behind this paint is obsolete. Why don't you try out Raytheon's latest formula? It's kinda expensive, but engineering came up with a cheap generic version. If you're interested, I can give you a discount. Huh? Now you know why I called him Tony. Oh yeah! I get it. Hot. Oh, you got a hole in your thermal gloves? You're an engineer for real? Hands are like the most important thing to an engineer. So I wouldn't be surprised if doctors actually were part as well, despite being a doctor. Gloves are a luxury. I can't grab new ones just because I want to. Besides, how was I supposed to know you were here? My hands are usually a lot stabler. Your eyes don't look so good to me either. It's like one of the 10 must-have qualities of an engineer. I'm gonna screenshot this. Never mind. He fails. Never mind. Old Bill's to blame for this. Where'd he go? Usually he's the one to stand next to me. Oh, when I got here, I saw a group of following your lieutenant somewhere. Didn't he promise to come help me out? You're worried about them? Rock left in a hurry. I didn't even have the time to check out Rock 5. Because he's working on tech, that's why. I'm worried that brawl this morning could have damaged the drone somehow. If you're worried about the other stuff, there's no way you'll pop out anything too steady. This is all we can do. It's only by doing it well that things will be safer for our friends above ground, right? I didn't expect Rhodes Island's engineer to be so good at comforting people. Huh? What are you even talking about? I'll have you know I'm Rhodes Island's ace psychological consultant. Even Kelsey, real mean boss of mine, he comes to me and opens up to de-stress. Really? So hurry up and hand me the wrench. I just fucking get an Iron Man reference. Yeah. Let's get working already. Wait, you want me to crack a few more jokes to lift your spirits? It's gonna be some real intense battle soon. Us engineering operators are like the backbone of the backbone. There's no time for all that moping. Alright, let's get working. Right, show me that drone, Rock 17. It's lacking a flight stability module. I took one off my broken babies. Huh? You sure about that? Are there any patents or anything? Shh, be quiet. I did it behind Doctor's back. Now that you know how lucky you are, what are you standing there for? Give me my wrench. I want this guy, but I can't afford to pull for him. It'll be a while before he comes. You should be able to get him by then, right? What did you say? You saw Lady Golding. What did she say? Understood. We need to send word about this to the commander right now. Hostiles! They found us! Rock, retreat! Find the captain. Rebels spotted on Houston Road. Seize them! Run! What's this buzzing thing? A drone? I get it. You were at the port this morning. Rock 5, what's the matter? Did we miss? It's because we didn't calibrate it. We didn't spot the enemies just now either. Feline, don't you think that's going to work? It might have worked on the Royal Court squaddies, but it won't work on us. Rock, is your drone dead? It's okay. Even without it, I can still fight. I didn't expect to take damage from you. Looks like your arts are no less impressive than your courage. I'll put in a word for you with my captain and let you die here. You don't have to go to the factory anymore. Saves you a painful death. Ugh. Rock, get going. I'll hold it here. No, we'll go together. You need to get to Lady Golding. Need to get Lady Golding's message back. The commander must know. She must know. That's the messenger. This message is very important. Bill! I believe in the commander. And I believe in you and Feist. Listen to me. Stop fighting. We're all a family. Back then, we were only able to escape because your dad. Your dad stood in the Sarkaz's way too. Go! What's with that thick smoke? Did he have a grenade? How dare you hurt my men? You're not getting out of this alive. Captain. Take him back. Unlock him away with the other rebels. Captain, this guy tried to blow us up and got himself caught in the blast. He won't live much longer. He doesn't have to live much longer. Very well. It's the general's orders, right? Should we go after the rest of them? Do it. Don't hold out too much hope though. He got taken hostage. Okay. We need to deploy Calcium Monster now. Shit, this is bad. Oh, see, Saga died. Shit. That's not good. I should have had monster facing down. Fuck. Are you planning to complete this chapter? Oh, eventually, but not today. There's way too much to go today. Alright, see you later, Han. Thanks for coming. course, monster. I was gonna fucking die to these pieces of shit here.
皆さんどうか気をつけて。
Oh, I accepted to play Saga to bait it.
私だって
Ooh.
悪くない場所だ。言われなくても分かって一匹も逃げられると思うな。
どこを見てるんですか。キョロキョロするのは危ないですよ。
Yeah, let's get rid of these pieces of shit. They keep fucking shooting at me.
皆さんの安全を守るのが私の仕事です。 皆さんの安全を守るのが私の仕事です。
After the stage, you're done. You're planning to do one more stage. Not sure actually. I might do one more stage. Oh, one more stage. I think one more stage is fine.
どこを見てるんですか。キョロキョロするのは危ないですよ。
言われなくても分かって。Mission accomplished. さすがドクターでござる。切相だけでは何人か撃ち漏らしたやもしれないな。
This chapter is so easy to cheese fucking Lee and Reedy. Man, I'm so big brain. Okay, the cannons here again. Air bearer chain casters increase attack range and friendly units redeploy time is increased. What the fuck's an air bearer chain caster again? Okay, I haven't seen them. They make your life easier, why not use it? Exactly. Or is this caster a new enemy? This caster is a new enemy. Okay, that makes things slightly complicated. The caster is a new enemy. Alright. What's the map like? 2 boxes again. Okay. I guess that's another it's another Weedy and Weedy and Lee, yeah? Question is, where the fuck am I gonna bait the fucking damage? The bomb. Yeah, okay. Oh, there's only 2 red boxes. So technically speaking, I could have Weedy here. I could have Lee here. And I could just put the bomb anywhere here and it's fine, doesn't matter. Yeah, that works. Okay. Why bait when you can mud rock? Well, mud rock will tank the bomb. I can do that. That's fine. That's easy. It's fine.
あなたの指揮に従う。
Only issue is I need to land. Okay. And Weedy needs to get down pretty fast. And there's casters as well, right? So those casters, I'll get them to target Carnelian. Carnelian S1. No audio, but hi. What's up, Lawrence? What the fuck, man?
節操マイル。
Oh, that's a great idea! Let's come!
準備完了。
Block all the slugs, charge Weedy, and then we can go. Then we can go, yeah. Alright. Go ahead with that? Yeah, we'll go ahead with that. Oh, okay, no story. Straight into battle. Cool.
出発。ドクター、ここっていいけど。
エクシア、援護を。
Damn, already? Right on that side?
ここに立つのが私の使命。子供たちの悲鳴が聞こえる。命令を。黙っている。了解した。無法者はどこだ。
リーフ、頑張ろうね。
節操に任せよ。たくあん漬け。あ、節操はこちら。我々を切り捨てん。
Sure, okay. Alright guys, whatever you say. How the fuck do I do this? There's the casters. Attack, steal, arts damage, and necrosis damage, and jumps between 4 targets. Oh, Jesus Christ, fuck me. Oh, it jumps? You piece of fucking shit. That's really annoying. That is really annoying. Okay then.
Target ロックオン。
皆様方、何をお話で？いいですか？輪を持って財を消費。
リンゴちゃん、今日もよろしく。
ロード完了しました。
It looks like the cannon's still far away from charging, so that's alright.
節操はこちら。命令を。子供たちの悲鳴が聞こえる。
Oh shit.
情それは変わらないもの
You're gonna die. I'll retreat you.
世相に任せよ発射世相に任せよ
私だって
世相に任せよ
You can go.
本気で行くよ私だって
I can't believe the attacks fucking bounce, man. That's annoying.
私だって
Fucking bouncing attacks? It's kind of funny how it's annoying for to be used against us, but when we use it, it's pretty shit.
キョロキョロするのは危ないですよ
I mean, I guess it's better now, but I don't know. Just adapt to it. Well, that's exactly what I did. I had to change my plans. Audio back. Hey, what's up, Lawrence?
私だって
I thought it was gonna be a bit of a story, so... Ugh. Oh, this is the last one. Okay.
Mission accomplished.
What did you miss? Not much. Just cheesing stages with push mechanics. Increase my block count if you block you? Oh, I just went block then. Boss, you were right. You lost them. Those rebels. Crafty little sand beasts. A lot of them. Just 5 seconds and it's like they all burrowed into the sand without a trace. Sure enough, and that's why we shouldn't waste our energy on them. Guard your position well until they poke their heads out of their holes again. Sure. You're the boss. Looks like you found yourself a bunch of loyal subordinates, boss. They think you'll pay dividends. It's good for morale. They trust you too, I can tell. It's far more than what a mercenary should afford another mercenary. Just goes to show how effective Manfred's plan is. You think real highly of them. I almost forgot. You two are practically brothers from another mother these days, right? Just look at the mansion he gave you. The den alone is larger than your backyard. It was a counter state. I killed its previous owner. Don't tell me that's weighing on your conscience. He was having afternoon tea at the time. His wife and the 3 children were sitting right in front of him. Sure, there's nothing like the kind of work we used to take, but you're the one who agreed to the job. Nothing to mourn when our consciences died so long ago. Now let's not ask these questions. Whatever it is you want to know, just take a look for yourself. Not like you don't know already. Is you being under a lot of stress supposed to somehow make me feel better? Whatever. Let's talk about something else. It's not the time for us to find comfort in each other. I'm here because I have some advice for you. Pay attention to what's underneath your feet. You mean... mercenaries aren't all that trustworthy. If you don't pay attention to the shadows when you walk, your efforts might just be all for naught. Is that all you came here for? No, that's not all. What I really wanted to say is, after drifting around for so long, she's on the road. Are our men in position? Yes. All at that place per Sarkaz orders. Don't be daft. I'm not talking about what the Sarkaz wants us to do. She's British. Captain, are we really going to start this operation tonight? Are you sure you won't? You trying to ask if we fall into Manfred's trap? You think I'm so stupid I can't tell what he's trying to do? No, of course not. I wouldn't dare to. He's trying to test me, and I'll let him test me. Our men are his to order around, but he doesn't know how many of us there are. So we still have to be the Sarkaz's gatekeepers then. Shut up. How are you putting it that way? Makes us sound as though we're the Sarkaz's... The Sarkaz's... Yeah, whatever. We just have to bear with it today. Once we're done, this is the last thing. We'll leave Londinium straight away. Will we really? That's wonderful news! Ever since I was a kid, I've always hated Londinium. My parents both came to this place and never went back. This city eats people. Right, I don't like it either. Have you ever seen another city like this? So many plates, so many tall towers, and so many sewers. Every time I smell that stench, the smell of grease on the nobles' dining tables, it makes me want to puke. Now we can finally leave. Get the word out, and put on your best performance tonight. Don't give Manfred anything he can use against us. And I want the 10 best fighters to come with me. As for you, I want you to tell Manfred. You saw where he was heading, right? Yes, Captain. Good. Tonight, I'll rescue our spy. I've stayed here in Londinium for so long. I have to at least get one thing done before I go home with my mind at ease, right? I won't let our leader down again. Horn, you're back! I am. Where's Robin? The team got back a while ago. Good. Did they find any medicine? Let me check on Sally. There's no need. What are you talking about? Do you mean Sally? I still have to see him. Victoria has lost another fine soldier. A little girl has lost her father. How many more must we lose before we finally see the end to this tragedy? What was Sally's girl's name again? Was it Erin? Elisa? If memory serves, his family lived in County Ascarat. Blake, pack up his belongings, please. Once the war is over, we'll pay his family a visit. But he didn't leave anything behind. Nothing at all? No, Blake. At the very least, he left a story. We have to go on this journey still. His daughter will want to hear his story. I will tell her that, even in our darkest hour, her father never gave in to suffering. Right. I'll come with you, Horn. Once the war is over. Also, I have a message for you, from Sally. What did he say? He said, "Sorry, Lieutenant, but you must live on." He apologized to me. He did. And I understood him. We all did. As soldiers, we all considered that we would die out there somewhere, one day. But after we saw all that, Sally, no, all of us understood what's far scarier. Take a look at the state of Londinium. It's our home, but it's become a prison. Is dying an honorable death too much to ask for? It shouldn't be. Indeed, but that's the truth now. We all know that well, but we want you to keep marching down this road, because you gave us hope. Horn, you didn't have to carry all our hopes on your back. It's too much for one person. It's harder to live, huh? Looks like I owe her an apology. Who's her? A fine Victorian soldier, just like the rest of you. Let's not talk about this now. Tell everyone we don't have time to mourn. Did you find out where they're keeping our people? There's a high chance. If the information I got turns out to be correct, the Sarkaz will move them tomorrow morning. I was going to ask what you think. You don't have to ask. Just give us the order. Very well then. We'll begin as soon as the sun sets. I've marked the most probable locations on the map. Any thoughts? There are 8 spots. Even with our operators, it'll be hard to check all these places in 2 days. Unfortunately, all 8 fulfill the requirements of a temporary prison. There are no settlements near any of them, which means that it's difficult for news to get in and out. They're all located near the highway that leads to central Londinium, which facilitates the Sarkaz fighters' movements around the city. And none of them are connected to the plate we are in. Did the Sarkaz commander figure out you're operating underground? He's a smart man. We mustn't underestimate him. Then, if this is where they're keeping prisoners, shouldn't there be a massive security detail guarding the place? We thought about that too. Unfortunately, even though our recon team managed to track the sarcasm's movement in each plate, they haven't found any openings. Because of the horn, right? What is this place? An abandoned factory. They say it used to make candy, and don't get me wrong, the wrong idea. That is just what the civilians in the industrial districts usually call it. What they actually refined is an organic compound called loxicol. Ha! It's packaged like sweets for children, so everyone's come to call it candy. A candy factory? Sounds similar. I think we're pretty close to the answer. Doctor, may I know why? We may know who owns it. Oh, of course. You mean Mr. Thomas? Mr. Thomas has been working with the Sarkaz, right? He said he sold the Sarkaz using his factory for some shady business, and he was almost silenced because of it. Not to mention, he has some information that Dublin wanted too. It's something the Sarkaz don't want anyone to know. Alright then. Tell Feist that this factory is our prime objective. Hammer, keep working on the move. We will keep that option open to us too. Commander! What is it, Lawrence? The recon team is back. They ran into some Sarkaz mercenaries above ground. Casualties? 4 injured and 1 captured. Sorry everyone, the meeting ends here. I need to take a look. Commander. Rock, what are you doing? We just got your wounds bandaged. No, I have something I must tell the commander. Did you find her? Yes, we got news from Lady Golding. She's still at the school in the northern residential district, and she's safe. But they were ambushed by the Sarkaz during a social gathering 2 days ago. And the messenger lady was taken prisoner. Wait a moment, please. Is the messenger you're referring to the one who requested you to rendezvous with Rose Island? Lady who helped us get into Victoria. Right, that's her. Yeah, Doctor. A rescue operation has been moved up. She's very important to the Self-Salvation Corps. She holds a lot of information and this might even affect our evacuation operation. Yes, I understand. She's irreplaceable to Rhodes Island too. This will be our first joint operation. Good. I have faith that Rhodes Island will help us rescue our imprisoned messenger from the Sarkaz. Our strongest warrior, our most important ally, and our most trusted friend, Lady Heidi Thompson. Nine. How many maps are in this chapter? Hey, no bomb! Sarkaz bears its V's have significantly increased HP. 4 tiles no longer available for deployment. ASV, is that the car? Yes, ASV is the fucking car. Okay, sure. So they have increased HP and 4 tile ban. Ah, man, I hate tile bans. You can't tell what the tile ban's like. I guess that's it. Yeah, actually, I think it's probably good to call it there for today. Too, actually, my sanity is out, so yeah, I should probably call it there. And it's about 11:50. Hey, Festilin, I'm just about to end the stream. Thanks guys for watching. Thanks Steve and I, Lawrence, Perry, and Festilin for joining. And anyone else that's be watching. I'll be back on Saturday with some more Arknights. I think we're getting a patch with some new content. I don't know. If we have some new content, I'll be doing that. If not, we'll be doing more story. So we'll be back with some Arknights and then jumping to Yakuza afterwards. Thanks guys. I'll see you guys later.